anyway, friends, it's me, Dave Landau. After a long night on stage, I like to kick back with a captain's hat and a fine cigar and watch the Dennis and Andy show. These guys are huge nerds, but they're the kind that you actually want to hang out with. Enjoy them. I do.
What is up, everybody? Hello, it is Tuesday, and we are here to celebrate a momentous occasion. Hello, Leg Kick, Phantasmagorical. Hello. It is the closeout of Kor-Drath on Kickstarter. The Kickstarter campaign. There's no in demand on Kickstarter. Nothing like that. You pick your allotted amount of days from 1 to 30 and let her rip. And we let her rip for 30. And it is now time to wish that campaign a fond farewell.
Blackjack,
and
BP, Roca, welcome. Yes, this
welcome.
was unannounced. We just decided. I just got in from seeding the lawn and getting all that stuff done. And we're like, man, it is closing out. We only got a couple of hours left, so let's get on and close this puppy out.
You know, Dennis, like that great song by, I believe it's Semisonic. It's closing time. Na, 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 na. You know that song, don't you?
I do.
I did it justice too, didn't I?
I actually knew what you were humming or trying to go with this time, so yes, I will give you credit.
Yes, I should be on American Idol. Woo! Yes, he was.
No euphemism. Just
his wife works at home.
Seed.
His wife works at home. Grass on the field, play ball. Dennis was seeding the lawn midday.
I am a happy camper.
That's why he's a little tuckered out right now. The only thing I wish is when I signed on and he was walking towards the camera, I was like, you could have at least put your pants back on. Exactly.
Hey, Jeffrey Tuber taught me a lot.
He did. Marcus is in New York. Hello. That's right. Share this stream. I'm going to share it, in fact. Let's see if we can get anybody to join this bad boy.
You know, the funny thing is, like I said, we weren't sure plans, you know, with me getting back from Korea. I got a whole bunch of stuff going on, and we really weren't sure if and when we were going to be able to close it out. We were hoping to, and it just worked out because Andy's got to kick off in an hour and split. So, you know what? It all just kind of worked out. We at least got a little bit of time. I said, let's just go live.
That's right.
I have been very busy working on the module. I'm getting the whole next thing done. I got finished off the random encounter table that'll be integrated into the storyline. So, yeah. Anyway, that's what I've been working on since I got back.
Nice. And I just finished inking the page with the Dark Worm. And no, I'm not talking about what Dennis uses to seed his lawn. I'm talking about the Dark Worm from the beautiful Lilith cover that Bud Root did, which, by the way, guys, 24 hours only. No, I put the line art cover back up for the last 2 hours of the Kickstarter campaign.
Whoa!
So if you want to get this beautiful line art cover, this is how you can do it. Or you can just get it all and get every cover, including this one. But if you just want the line art cover, you can go get it now. I put it back up. We put it back. We had a powwow. That's right. We got into a teepee, and Dennis and I smoked a little ganja stuff and had a powwow.
It really is a dark worm. Thank you, Bud Root, for coming up with that great character, which has been added to the module as a character.
Ooh, the module.
Yeah, baby.
Let's scroll down to that module and you can tell everybody a little bit about Mayhem. Oh, look at that page. Saucy.
Look at that. Randy's already doing math. He got his fingers and toes out and did his calculations, and we are at 1,349 backers, 82,435. Thank you, Randy.
That's right. And here is the module Kor-Drath Mayhem in the Mirador Mountains. Is an exciting 1980s retro homage style D&D adventure module played in the 5e 5th edition rules with the backdrop of the Shattered Reach, the world for Cordrath the Reckoning. This adventure is designed to challenge your player characters as no other content has to date. Ooh, that is exciting.
I know. So one of the cool things, I know people have been asking a little bit about it, even those that don't game. There is going to be obviously lots of dialogue and stuff in it. There's going to be the actual role-playing aspects. There's going to be stats for the monsters. You will get to meet one of the other tribes that you do not get introduced to in the comic book. Like I said, this is not a replay of the book. This is a completely different story that expands the entire area of the Mirador Mountains where the tribes are located. So you get to learn a lot more. So, it's a great hand in hand. So, for those of you who haven't, probably consider picking up the module because there's a lot of cool stuff. And you're going to have the map of the world or of the Shattered Reach, so you'll be able to see right where the Mirador Mountains are, and then it'll all kind of tie into one another.
Oh. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I've got a dungeon, a traditional dungeon delve into it, which is kind of cool. You get introduced to, there's a new chief that's up in the area that you guys will get introduced to. So there's a lot of cool things that are going on in this module. Like I said, play the game, read the book. It just helps expand the entire world.
What did you guys use to make your map? Oh, John Malin just loves the map. It is pure ingenious is what we use to make the map. I mean, come on. You want trade? Look, there's only certain things we can tell you guys. It is just a beautiful map, a big, bold 7x10 beautiful map on nice heavy stock paper for you to display along with the gorgeous character cards that 3 of them are already unlocked. Cordrath, Adriana, Lilith, the Necronite is the next character card that we're looking to unlock once we hit 90,000. And I can actually show you that one as well. Let's see. Oh, here he is. Oh, look at that.
Look at that Dan Lawless coloring over it.
That's right. He's pissed off. He's on fire, baby. Fire. It's like fire tonight. There's the Lilith one. And I have confidence we will hit it. Of course, I have confidence we'll hit 6 figures. And everybody will get the 4 playable character cards. Good googly moogly, as they say.
Yeah, Blackjack, I used a software, a program to convert. Basically, I'll show you here in a second. I actually created a map way back, probably about 1999, 2000. So I actually did an original map that I had first kind of went with, and I had created it out when I was creating the beginning of the world back then, and I started doing. So the Mirador Mountains were, up in this area, and I had a lot of text and a lot of background as I had fleshed out the world, and I used a software program and basically just took everything that I had down there and I either changed a few things I didn't like, but altered it and put it digitally on there.
I can show.
Brian,
It's Brian
welcome.
Blevins. Dennis is here. Of course. That's like Batman going somewhere without Robin. If I'm here, my little birdie Dennis is right along with me.
Well, Brian might not know that I got back from Korea because I have not had a big media presence. I've been too busy. Plus, I sprained my ankle, threw my back out yesterday, and now I screwed up my knee go out this morning. So, man, I am falling apart just as quick as can be.
Sprained ankle, threw his back out, bum knee, and he had time to seed in the afternoon with his wife. Wow.
She worked on flowers. I actually did all the grass work.
No, Dennis does the grass work and she works on flowers.
Flowers, yeah.
We'll let you guys figure out what flowers mean in this conversation.
This is a reason why she doesn't watch our show.
Oh, it's because she already has enough of you. Like she needs to see more.
Right.
What was I going to say? Oh, I can show a colored page that doesn't have any spoilers on it. So let me do that. Dennis hasn't seen this one colored yet. And there's no spoilers. It just came in today. So add to stream. There you go. We've got the first panel. It looks like, my God, it looks like Dennis and Andy are arm wrestling. In fact, Dennis is even wearing a green shirt with gold yellowish piping. You're welcome.
Wow, look at that.
That's right.
I had not seen this page yet.
And then we've got some kids doing a little basket weaving. Look at that. Here at the Black Eagles tribe, they like their kids well-rounded. They teach them how to basket weave.
Yeah, there's no store they go to for everything. They have to build and make everything, grow their own food, hunt their own meat, and yes, they have to make their own baskets. So they learn all the skills.
That's right. And then we have a couple of old guards guarding this hut. Ooh, what could be inside? Dennis almost had sleeves. Almost. They're not quite full sleeved out. Now, I'm sleeveless because, I had to show off my beautiful Black Eagle tattoo on my shoulder.
Oh, so, I thought you were going to just say you were showing off your guns.
Well, of course.
Like Anchorman. You can stop calling them guns.
That goes without saying.
Marcus is right. Too much sleeves. It still is too much. But hey, it's fantasy world.
It is fantasy world. It's fantasy world because there's a slight chance Dennis could beat me in arm wrestling. So we definitely know it's fantasy world.
Brian, you went to the wrong summer camp. That's all I'm telling you if there were no redheads.
That's right.
Thank you, Randy.
You never know.
And we get to see Bud this weekend. We got a convention down in Greenville, South Carolina this weekend.
That's right. South Carolina Comic-Con. I'm going to be there. Dennis is going to be there. Dan Fraga is going to be there. Bud Root will be driving down with us as well.
3 of us are going to be there to chat Cordrath if anybody can make the trip to South Carolina.
That's right. I believe Mr. Moromi, who is not with us yet, maybe he's probably working, but he might be making the drive over. So I should have vetted my summer camps a little better. Brian, you should have.
You should have.
The first clue was when it said all boys. Right there, you should have looked at your mom and dad and said, not happening. I need a co-ed summer camp.
Hey, Mom, I got this pamphlet for Camp Crystal Lake. I'd rather go there.
Yeah, I hear it's going to be a party. Just like the party when you get Cordrath in a few months, just like this party. Oh yeah. Wow, chicka chicka wow wow. Oh,
Yes,
that's cool.
this
Brian
is not
says,
for your 8-year-old children.
I'm going to try to be there depending on what happens tomorrow. It is cool. The convention is at the airport. What? The convention is near an airport, but it's not at the airport. It's near a small private airport.
Yes, and we are not flying in.
No.
We are road tripping it. Bud's riding with us, right?
Oh, you know it.
Yeah. So we are going to have a blast of a drive down. I'll tell you that now. We're going
Heck
down
yeah.
Friday night.
Randy says, where did Gary Martin get those Jack Kirby Conan pencils to ink? Just probably online. You can find that stuff online. So he probably just found it online. So
I'm hearing you say online.
yeah. Brian says, we only had computers at my summer camp. Lots of family members died on the Oregon Trail that summer, I must say.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Oregon Trail. Brian, I will tell you, back in the day, I played that game relentlessly. Matter of fact, I think it was on an Apple 2E, I think it was, that I actually was programming that, writing that in there. And then I think it was ProDOS back in the day. Man, that's just awesome.
Nice.
Oh, that seemed like a
Nice.
lifetime ago. I thought the convention was in Andy's basement. My sister may not want to go now.
I don't have a basement, so there, Hyper Potato. Dennis might have a basement. No, he doesn't either.
I do
actually.
not.
Dennis has a pretty big crawl space, though, that
I
looks
do.
just like Dexter's kill room. It was really weird how he wanted me to go into it, and I said, no, I'm good.
I do have the plastic up, too.
I know, and when you asked me to go into it, you had a big thing of saran wrap in your hands, and I was like, what's that for?
You know, Past Master Dan, there is a good idea right there. The Oregon Trail as a movie. I think we've got something there. I think we could make this work, get some connections. That would actually be pretty cool.
Oh.
Did you ever play that game, Andy?
I did not.
It was required back in the day, just about.
Oh. Yeah, maybe that was a Midwest thing for you guys then.
Brian's not from the Midwest. He's a Southern boy.
Maybe that was a Southern thing. Southern Midwest thing. I played the Trail Tears. That's what I played.
That is absolutely true. 5 1/4 inch floppy. I did. And I was so cheap back then because I didn't have money. I would buy them. And then you could punch out the corner with the paper punch on the other side, exactly, or take a scissors and cut it out and flip the disc over so you could turn a single side disc into a double side disc. And it worked just fine.
What's sad is back then Dennis had to handle a 5 1/4 inch floppy. Now his wife has to handle a 5 1/4 inch floppy.
Yes,
So
and Andy's wife always says, wow, I've never seen anything bigger than a 3-inch.
well, that's because I didn't want to scare her, so I told her that this was 3 inches. So, right here.
Yeah. And she goes, no, 3 inches. It's your fish stories, Andy.
No.
5 1/4 inch floppies were awful. High failure rate. Yes, they were. They were. Man, I would buy them in packs of 100 offline, and you'd have to go through and test them all. And the ones that didn't work, you threw out. The ones that did, you turned them into a double side. Heck yeah.
Sword fight.
Those were the good
You
ones.
remember when I remember when Zip Disk came out, and it was like, ooh, these things can hold so much more than a floppy disk.
It was
Woo!
100 megabytes back then. Yes. Yes. 'Cause
Yeah.
It was Oregon Trail, Conan, and Karateka, which was one of my favorites, where you had the little, it was in like feudal Japan, and you were the karate guy, and you could either punch up, punch straight, punch low, kick up, kick straight, or kick low. That was the entire game. It was awesome. It was such a basic game, but for hours and hours you would play this game. Today, just not impressive.
No. It's
Ooh.
kind of like the handheld football game back in the day where you just had the little screen with the red dots that would go across. You just had a few buttons to press. Everybody had one of those.
So you had the green and black screen. I had the amber screen.
Oh, I didn't know they made
2 megabyte.
amber.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, now we're getting into it. Wizardry, the original Wolfenstein, yes, and Ultima. Don't forget Ultima. That was there. Karateka. The 7800. Oh, see, I never owned the 7800. Only the 2400.
What was the first Atari? The first Atari is the only one we
2400.
ever had.
The original one with asteroids was 2400.
That's what we had, the Atari 2400, and we were in hog's heaven with that bad boy. Let me tell you, kicking
Yeah,
around doing Pong, asteroids. That is some hand-eye coordination right there.
it is. Matter of fact,
Actually, you know
I
what?
said
Maybe we
28.
did
Blackjack, correct me. It's the 2600. Thank you.
26. Maybe we did. Maybe we did have. Did that? Could you get Frogger on that Atari or no? Eventually,
The original one?
yeah.
I think so. I
'Cause I
remember
seem to
Pac-Man
remember
didn't
playing
look like
Frogger at home as
Pac-Man.
well.
I remember
Where he had that
Asteroids
little
and Space
had that
Invaders.
little box that connected to the TV, so you switched over from
Yes.
TV. Oh yeah.
Ooh. The very first Atari I ever saw was the coin-operated Pac-Man consoles at the supermarket in the late 70s.
Oh.
Again, it's right there at the bowling alley. They had Asteroids, Space Invaders, Pac-Man, and then later Frogger. That was about the extent of what they had. But man, I would walk all the way down to the bowling alley with a whole pocket full of quarters just to sit there and play hours and hours.
Nice. So
ColecoVision.
we're at on Cordrath. We're at 45:25, and we have 113 minutes to go. 475 away from 5 grand. That would be so sweet to end on. Of course, ending more than that would be nice, but 5 would be nice because our goal was 500. So 5,000, that would be fantastic to end on. Of course, this is all gravy. It just adds to the Indiegogo campaign. You add them up, all the stretch goals up to 80,000 are unlocked for everybody. It's just really exciting. I was hesitant to do a Kickstarter with it, but we talked it over and Dennis convinced me. I'm glad we did so we could reach some more backers because this book is just going to be so freaking awesome. Everyone's just going to love it. They're just going to love it. And they're going to have it. 76 pages of badass barbarian action. And I will say one of my favorite games going back in the day, Donkey Kong. Oh yeah.
Donkey Kong was good. My
Did you
favorite
see?
was Gorf. Gorf, and I never saw it on the consoles. I only saw it in on the actual arcade game. So on the way home from school, I would stop almost every day just to play that.
Did you see how well the Mario movie did over the weekend?
No, I did not. I actually want to see it.
Dude, it did worldwide. I think they said it did like 350 million
Nice.
opening weekend. Oh yeah. It just crushed.
Yeah, Paul. I agree with you completely. One of my favorite games. It was like Galaxian, but it spoke Space Cadet. It was awesome. No, I do actually want to see that the Mario movie, especially after John Leguizamo
Leguizamo.
sat there and ripped on it, and Chris Pratt, and I was like, for what? Why? Why? Because they don't speak just like you would picture Mario, because that you were in one. So no, that actually makes me want to watch it even more.
So I'm looking right now. Worldwide opening weekend $377 million, which just shows Disney with their movie that came out, and I don't even know if it even made 100 million. What was that lame one that came out just recently? Oh, the animated one from Disney. Somebody in the chat will know.
I don't know. It's Disney. I really don't care anymore.
Oh,
Nope.
oh
No
my.
idea. Hey, I did. I used to be on a bowling league when I was a kid. Of course. I mean, bowling was awesome. Matter of fact, we just went a few weeks ago for the first time in quite a while. It's awesome.
He loves bowling. He picks up his little 8-pound ball.
Randy wants to know if it's Lightyear.
Oh no, Strange World. It was Strange World that really tanked.
Yeah, that sucked. Lightyear was not
Hello.
good. So yeah, genuine.
Yeah, it was hello, Genuine. It was Strange World. That's the one that really tanked hard. Disney was hoping for, and it sucked. And Mario just did super great. And I didn't really care to want to see it actually, but man, everybody's saying it's really good.
Yeah, I
So,
actually kind of want to see it. So I'm curious, but and it's not Disney. I'm telling you, I did get caught up since I got back from Korea. I got caught up with Picard, and I've gotten caught up with Mandalorian. And I'm telling you, Disney Star Wars, they've hit some really good episodes this season. But this last one with Lizzo and Jack Black, oh my God. It was so awful. It literally crumbled around the entire ethos of the Mandalorians. I don't know. Disney is just killing me on every front. Picard, on the other hand, for those of you who haven't watched it, this third season, it is absolutely member-berry fantastic. So I can't say enough. They got somebody who who used to write for Enterprise and Voyager and loves Star Trek, and it shows. For the first time under the Kurtzman era, they actually have people writing it that make a difference. And this is a great, great season. The rest of it is all
that's right. And we actually have, what's that? That's on Paramount Plus,
Yeah.
which we actually have now because apparently we got some type of deal or whatever. So we actually have that now. So if I wanted to watch Picard, I could.
Well, on the good side for Disney, if you've got Disney Plus and you're getting tired of Mandalorian, they brought Doogie Howser onto Disney Plus. So we actually watched the pilot episode of Doogie Howser the other night. Is it?
What's up, Phil? Did you really? Wow.
Was it
The
me
latest
or
episode of
total
Mandalorian,
ripoff
is it
of
me
Robot
or was it a total
Fighter?
ripoff of a Magnus robot fighter? I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
Yeah, it very well could be. It really could be, and it made no sense what they did. Handing over the black saber would never happen that way. It's always in combat. Even if he wanted to throw it or tank it, that would make sense that Bo-Katan and Din would actually have to go hand to hand and fight for it. Doesn't have to be to the death. She could knock him out. Could find a way, but that's all I'm going to say. It's just crap. Bryce Dallas Howard wrote it, and I said during watching it, I'm like, this feels like a chick flick. And I said, it's just all touchy-feely and garbagey, and I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. And my wife's like, how do you know? I'm like, it just has that feeling. Credits rolled, Bryce Dallas Howard directed it. Makes sense.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, right. I'm down with that. I would much rather watch Starship. Dude, original Starship Troopers was the bomb. It really was.
Just because of that co-ed shower scene.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is a good movie. The sequels were what you thought they'd be, low-budget sequels. They're cute to watch, but that first one was just a good all-around. I loved it. Just loved it.
Man, I don't even know if I ever watched the sequels.
Oh,
Come
you
to
need
think
to
of
have
it.
watched them at least once. You have to.
I don't think so.
You need to. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Now you
Yeah,
need to have
I'd
marathon.
rather go back and relive a classic from the 80s that we like to call Porky's.
Oh, I thought you were going to say E.T.
No, I was talking about a good movie because it shows boobies.
Right? Where's my Atari Force movie? Right?
Exactly. Who the hell knows? I mean, last week on the Graybeards, they were supposed to draw Atari Force, which I was a little jealous because the week I was on it was Lord of the Rings. That's okay. Drew the Golem. But I love Atari Force. And then last minute change up, they drew Sailor Moon. Whew, glad I wasn't on that one. So you could just see the testosterone drop on that episode of the Graybeards while they were doing Sailor Moon.
Maybe they'll do Star Hunters.
Maybe.
Oh
Star
wait,
Hunters.
no, nobody even bothered to read the comic.
You shut your mouth.
I don't know. I'll just ask Aaron. I bet he's never even heard of it. Oh, hey! Look at that stippling. Finally found Black Sheep Squadron on DVD. That was an absolutely great show. It was. And of course, Andy, what planes did they fly?
Don't know. Don't remember the show. Corsairs.
Really? Yes, F4U Corsairs. The entire show was based on it. They were Marines.
Oh, nice.
Wow, I figured you'd know that one.
I barely remember the show. Roger Womack was either in Porky's 1 or Porky's 2. Oh, that's cool. Kelsey's, well, I believe that. I haven't seen it yet, but I wouldn't be surprised. I'm sure all the guys did really nice drawings of Sailor Moon stuff. I'm just saying, why Aaron even put that out there as an option is beyond me.
I don't know. I think you guys. I think you should hop on there once and either do like a Robotech or a Voltron or something where you guys have to do some mechs. So if you guys hop on there, or if I see Aaron, I'll pop that out there. You guys need to do a good mech one, or you guys come up with your own mechs, design your own mechs.
Now that would be kind of cool.
I think it would.
Yeah, I think that would be kind of cool, actually.
I'm a huge mech fan.
You can ask him right now. What is up, Aaron? Alo.
Hey, I heard you talking about me, so I had to come in and.
Yeah, well, they're saying that the election on your Graybeards was rigged last week to go from Atari Force to Sailor Moon.
No. Here's the deal. David Williams talked me into doing like all the stuff I hate, and just for the challenge of drawing all the stuff you hate. And so that's why I put him up there. And I had made like, I don't know, it was probably 3 hours before the show. I checked the poll and Atari Force had won. So I put up all the stuff, but I forgot to take the poll down. And then there was like this late surge, and I was sending out links to everybody on Twitter. And then I saw someone said, Atari Force, it's Sailor Moon. I went, what? And I checked the poll, and Sailor Moon had got a bunch of late mail-in ballots and pushed it over the top.
Whoa.
And there was a water leak too.
Yeah. So what are you going to do, man? So that's why we did it. But I will never do another. I will never put another poll up with a bunch of stuff that I hate again.
When I saw Atari Force on that graphic, I was so like, what? I love Atari Force. I would have drawn the costumes from the mini comics, not the ones from the actual DC books that Jose did. Mm-hmm. And then when I saw it was switched to Sailor Moon, I was like, whew.
Yeah. Well, Mike Barron sent me a message. He goes, I used to write Atari Force. Do you want me to come on and comment? And I was going to send him a link, but then at like the last second, like it flipped. And I went, well, I guess you want to comment on Sailor Moon? But it was so funny. The episode was so funny. Kelsey he started the show off by doing a Sailor Mooning. And it was
nice.
Like a Popeye thing. And oh my gosh, it was so funny. And yeah, so it was actually one of the better episodes despite the subject matter. But everybody did.
Have you?
David Williams did a great piece. Kelsey's was really good. Mine was good, but it was just like it was Sailor Moon, So it was like, bleh.
I think you
I
guys
know.
should do
So
Star
far, this is the
Hunters.
first piece Aaron has not been able to sell. So
I said I think you should do Star Hunters, Aaron. Because
No,
I mean,
Yeah.
everybody has read Star Hunters, right?
no,
yeah, baby.
you guys and your garbage titles, man.
One more
No, it's
issue, and
not
I've got
me.
the whole run.
I thought it was a lame book back in the day, and I still do. But Andy likes it, so to each their own.
No, the thing is, I was never big when I was a kid. I always felt like when they, like Marvel or whoever, would adopt, toys or video game projects into comic books. I just thought it was lame, so I never even read them. Like ROM, I never read ROM. So I was like, that's a
dude,
toy.
Rom is great.
No. And then Micronauts was the only one that sort of like transcended that and sort of became its own little like X-Men thing. But of course, you had like Golden working on it. And
Yeah, that's
Tony
the only
Jones
reason
working
you
on
got it.
Yeah, and that great Man Thing cover that Golden did. Remember that issue? I don't know what it was. That
Oh,
issue
yeah.
8 or something. But I do actually have that because it has Man Thing on the cover. But that was the only thing where Micronauts seemed like it was cooler than the actual toys it was based on or whatever. So,
All right,
Aaron, if
answer
you read
Timothy's
Rom,
question.
You would fall in love with that story. It was a great story until it jumped the shark right around issue 65.
65. You guys. Hey Lopez, I asked Andy yesterday, which issues of Crossing did you draw? I have a box of them and I want to find yours. I did one issue of Sojourn. I can't remember what issue number it was though. And then
Yeah, I couldn't remember the couple fill-in issues I did. I told him I can't remember the issue numbers. The only thing I remembered was the issue numbers of the first. So
yeah, and I think I started on Mystic on issue 20. And I think it went through
sounds right.
I think it went through issue 41. There's a couple of fill-ins in there because Mark had those made us do fill-ins even if we didn't need to, which kind of ticked me off. But I guess it was a good way to stay ahead of the deadlines, right? But
That's right.
I was like, I don't need to take a issue off, and they're like, no, it's, so yeah, so there was a few fill-ins in there, but other than that, I think I was on, from 20 to 41, I think is the Mystic run. And then I did a couple issues of Lady Death there at the end. Remember that when everything was kind of
Oh
like
yeah, that's
crashing
right.
and
I do
burning and
remember
it was like-
that.
yeah. So
That's right.
it was the conservative Lady Death. Remember, she wasn't as trashy and she didn't have. as
Oh
big
yeah,
a boobs.
she was totally dressed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was
She
like
was
some
totally
medieval
dressed.
thing. It was like medieval Lady Death or something.
Is that true, by the way, Aaron?
What?
The cover of Micronauts 8 with the Man Thing was inked by Neil Adams?
I never doubt Marcus Killigrew and his comic book knowledge.
Exactly.
It's true.
So I didn't know that, but okay,
And since
now
you never
okay.
done Mark,
now Marcus, you've lost all my respect. I don't believe anything you say anymore.
Oh,
wow.
so harsh. So harsh.
Aaron,
Timothy Fitzgerald, you might not know this, and Aaron might not know this either, but Harry Potter's first visual in a comic book was in an issue of Mystic that Brandon Peterson drew.
it is.
Harry
I know
Potter?
it.
Yeah.
What
He
like,
drew a big bar. He drew a big bar scene, and in the bar scene he put in a bunch of other magical type characters. I think Doctor Strange, whatever, and he snuck in Harry Potter.
Wow.
So he actually got a cease and desist letter from him.
That's right. And got sued shortly after.
He never named them, but you could tell who they were.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, we knew better than to name them. That's for sure.
Yeah, in the background he's talking, hey Harry, how's it going? Oh good, how are you? It's like no. So
All right, Aaron, what's the temperature? Are you cold?
Yes, it's freaking like winter around here. It's in April and we still haven't got any sunshine. It's just raining constantly, gray skies. It's like Syracuse.
Oh,
Wow.
it's 68 here.
Sunny.
Uh,
I was out seeding the lawn today. I mean, it's just
uh
wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Uh,
Aaron, I did mention
yeah.
for your one of your graybeards, you guys should design your own mechs like Voltron,
Dude, we
Robotech,
don't.
something like that. Design your own.
None of us do tech. There's going to be no tech. There will be no
No
tech
tech
on the
at
show
all?
ever. We're like three organic artists, and it's like
Ever.
no tech, no tech.
Oh.
See, you're just like Dennis. You're like a toy guy. You're like a little toy collector, and everything's
A
got to be
little
like
toy
Transformer.
collector, he says, with disdain.
He
Yeah.
does say it with disdain.
Well, I only mean that because I can just I bet you've got all like those Voltron and all those like Gundam Warrior things and the transform and yeah, I was never into that stuff, man. No
Nope, I love them,
machinery
but
for
I
me.
actually don't collect them. I don't have room for them. Between my Star Trek stuff and yeah, I just don't have room for anything else.
Well, Star Trek I'm okay with. That tech I'm okay with, but anything else, I still don't want to draw it though.
Well, Aaron, you'd be really proud. My little nephew, he just turned 13. He called me up before he left the other day and he goes, "Well, welcome back into the States." I'm like, "Thanks." And he goes, "I'm just letting you know, Uncle Dennis, I'm a Trekkie now." And I'm like, "What?"
Nice.
So he was over and he was playing with one of my tribbles here and he was just fascinated.
Oh, God.
So I sat down. I said, "Well, Jacob," I said, "why don't we sit down and watch Trouble with Tribbles, original Star Trek?" I got him on DVD with all the new special effects.
Yeah, yeah.
And he loved it. And then right on the DVD right after it, it had Troubles and Tribulations, the Deep Space Nine episode where they go back in time and they interact with Kirk and stuff. He was just fascinated with it. So he went home and decided he now watched the first 5 episodes of Star Trek, loved it, and now he's going to watch all the Star Trek, including all the current stuff, right through.
See, that makes up for all the Gundam Warrior crap. That's like it's like you're nurturing the youth of America with good wholesome Star Trek adventure from the original series, which is the only series, in my
It
opinion.
is the best.
It is the best. Hey, Andy, you let me go over here to the spinner rack. Show you what I
Uh-oh.
picked up.
Oh, yeah. Did you get these in town or did you go somewhere?
Well, there was
Or eBay?
No, I went to this exhibit at the Oregon Museum of Science and Industry because they had a Marvel Comics exhibit,
Oh.
and it was unbelievable. They had tons of original artwork, and I mean, I was stunned how much artwork they had, and like the last 3 pages of Gwen Stacy's death in Spider-Man 121, and then the cover to 122. They had like a Ditko
Wow.
Spider-Man page from issue number 6. Plug's Marvel Spotlight 5, the first Prince of Ghost Rider cover. Silver Surfer number 1 cover. Just tons of stuff. It was amazing. And that happened to be over by this old comic shop over in Portland. So I dropped by there. And they used to have some really good stuff. Now they have a huge collection, but it's all just pretty much beat up. So I just got stuff for the spinner rack. So
You went into the actual city of Portland. Did you wear a bulletproof vest?
It was Easter Sunday, so I figured everybody would probably be like asleep or something. Okay, so
Ooh.
I've been meaning to get this right. I don't have this. I do now, obviously, but I wanted to get a near mint copy of this. But this thing is like going for like $300 or $400 in near mint, which is ridiculous. It's a great
Why?
cover, obviously. So this one's kind of beat up, but I got it for the spinner rack just so I could actually have a copy.
Why is it going for so much?
Just because of the rights and cover. It's one that people like. It's cooler than a lot of the other ones. There's no real reason why it's going that high. That's why I'm waiting for it to come down. I think it's artificially inflated. But then I got Mr. Miracle. That's number 24. It's all early golden stuff.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
This is Russ Heath inked this.
Yeah.
And actually did a really nice job because it really looks...
Compared to the Joe Giella ink job on the previous issue, this one looks like Michael Golden.
Yeah.
So,
and actually I did end up with that Gianola issue someplace. Where is it? Right here. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what did they run you a piece out of curiosity?
Oh, these were like $2 a piece. I mean, they're like, they're not in great. They're reader copies.
Oh no, that's all I'd want. Hyper Potato wants to know what issue number is the House of Mystery.
It's 236.
236.
Oh, look, is that Dark Side right there?
It is.
Look at that.
That's the last issue of the series, 25, right?
It is. Look at you go, man. It's got a golden cover and everything. Is that who's that? What's her name? Granny Goodness or something?
Yeah, I think so. Granny Goodness.
But
I might pick those couple up just because they're early golden.
Well, they're like, you can see like sometimes he's doing stuff like this that's really, that close up there that's very, golden-esque, and but it's early golden, but it's pretty solid stuff. It's 78, man. So he really started kicking butt like that in the early 80s, but it's good stuff though. So that's what I picked up for the old spinner rack.
Okay, Timothy Fitzgerald wants to know, there's an artist who drew one of the Dresden Files comic book stories, and his monsters look great, but his people look like shite. Why do you think that happens?
Because he can't really draw.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, drawing people is the hardest thing to draw. If you can draw a person, you can pretty much draw anything. But the good thing with monsters is, depending on what type they are, you can get away with a lot more because you don't have to worry about proper proportion and all that stuff. So
that's exactly right. And you find this in movie guys a lot. You look at guys that do production work or design work for character design work for monster movies, and the monsters look really, really cool, but then the people that they draw along with the monsters do not look as good. And it's because that's where you can tell if someone can really draw or not, if they can draw people. Because monsters are easy as long as you have an imagination. You can, you don't have to follow any sort of real structural rules that you do when you're drawing human beings. So
we're up to 46-38. Closing in. Aaron, you did get a backer, Randy says. So I assume that's for your second chance campaign. Well, he posted links for both your campaigns, so not quite sure which one you got yours for.
He said 2 backers for Randy, 1 for Aaron so far.
Yeah,
that's right.
I'm thinking
88 minutes to go.
I'm thinking of doing a Kickstarter for that second printing, just to get a few extra bucks in there to pay for the printing on it.
Can't hurt.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna bring in like $5,000. I mean, that's not chump change for to add on to the total.
Yeah, we've got more time to go than we thought. So, Dennis, I think what I might do is, because in about 10 minutes I got to take my daughter to a friend's house, but it's like a mile away. So just keep the stream going, and I'll just take her and then come back and pop on.
And we'll just finish it. Yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah, might as well. I thought it ended like right around 2 when I have to take her, but it's after. So yeah, we can do that.
10:30 here, man. I just rolled out of the sack.
You look like you
lazy sack of crap. I got up at 5:30.
Dude, what time did you go to bed?
11:30.
Oh, well, I don't know what my problem is, but I went to bed at like 12:30, and then I'm just like, I can't get up in the morning. I'm just like, leave me alone. Terrible.
Could be low T. Might want to go see a doctor. You are a year away from 60.
He's ordering pills.
That's right. The blue pills are on their way.
Well, no, see, the blue pills aren't for low T. That's for ED.
Oh, okay.
For low T, you can get some stuff like deodorant that you slap on.
Okay.
Low T deodorant, huh?
Oh.
Hey, Aaron, right before I headed out to Korea, we wound up doing a live stream, and I wound up picking this up.
Oh, let's see if he knows what it is.
Cuckoo Comics.
Cover up the top so he can't read anything.
1949.
What do you mean? What is it? It's Cuckoo Comics. What do you
Yeah, but what makes it? Why would he buy that? Why would anyone buy that?
Because he has bad taste in comic collecting.
That's what I said at first.
No, wait a second. It's got to be a first appearance, right?
Because this was we kind of like Andy bought a book and he goes, "Oh, I bought the best book." I'm like, "No, I'm pretty much sure I bought the best book."
Well,
and we
hang
went
on.
back and forth, and he had a really good book.
It's the first appearance, right?
What's that?
It's the first appearance of somebody, I assume, right?
Nope.
Nope.
Walt Kelly?
Nope.
Who's it? The artist?
The artist.
Yep.
That's why you got it.
1949. Frank Frazetta.
Oh, Frazetta's in there?
That's all Frazetta art.
Is it all funny animal stuff?
Yep. And we went and did on the stream. People started looking everything up, and it looks like he did about 12 issues consecutively of all the cuckoos. So I'm like, well, I found something else I'm going to go back in and collect now. So loved it.
Yeah, I used to get like I'd pick up some of those Frazetta like white Indian stories that were in the back of a lot of 50s westerns that.
Yeah. I've got the trade paperback that collects all the white Indian stuff. So
you couldn't get away with that today, man.
Huh.
You couldn't be a white Indian today.
Not that title. No way.
No
way.
Did he ever do? I don't think he ever did any like backup like Thunda stories. He had that one issue of Thunda, right? That like Tarzan ripoff thing he did, but I don't think it ever was like a backup thing. It was just that one issue.
Yeah,
right?
I think he only did the one. Yeah.
Which
I've got the reprint of. It's so nice.
Yeah. Oh, his romance stuff from the 50s is the nicest stuff he ever did in comics. That stuff is great.
I'm trying to think if I have. No, I don't have a collection of that. I've got the one reprint of one of his most famous ones. But
you don't have that big Russ Cochran thing that's called Jungle Love?
No, I've got the Thunda. I've got the Thunda one.
Right.
I don't have the
thing, but it's called Untamed Love, and it's so nice. I've got that.
Dude, it's so, I checked, and I think it's about. I think it goes for like 150 now or something.
Oh,
so
is it really?
Yeah, like when I bought the Thunda one, I paid $50 for it, and that was that was probably 20 years ago. And I did see the other one that you're talking about in the past decade for less than 100, and I passed on it, and that was just stupid. I should have bought it because the reproduction is just it's in black and white, as you know. Do you have that one?
Yeah, I got it. Let me grab it.
But you don't have the Thunda one?
No, I don't have the Thunda one because it was earlier Frazetta, and I didn't think it was as good.
The Thunda stuff?
Yeah, I don't think it was as good as this romance stuff.
Oh, you're insane. That Thunda stuff is fantastic.
Well, I'm not saying it isn't. I'm just saying it's not as good as this.
You should just send me that one so I have the set.
That's it right there.
Oh, yeah. No, I know. Oh, yeah. That's the one I wish I had.
Yeah, Russ Cochran. Yeah, man.
If I could only have one, I'm glad I've got the Thunda, but I do want that one still. Who knows? Maybe I'll see it at the Comic-Con this weekend we're going to.
Well, dude, it's a lot easier to spend money at a convention when you've made money, and you can just go, I'll spend 150 on that because you just did a commission or something, or sold the original page.
Dennis will buy it for me because he likes me so much.
That's the cover to Thunda right there, man.
Yeah.
King of the Congo.
Oh, yeah. I know.
It was a simpler time back then.
It was a simpler time. Have you seen...
Great stuff.
Have you seen these? Let me solo. Have you seen, not the book, but it's my buddy that sells the CGC type case that is resealable, so you can put your own book in it and take it out.
Yeah, but the problem with that is then you take it out and you can damage the book, so it's like maybe it's not a 9.8 anymore. See?
Well, see, I did that. That's my label.
Oh, I see. Okay.
See, I made that.
Oh, okay.
But there's room at the top for the label. See, it's dynamic art and design.
I see.
And it's 9.8 because I said so.
Right. I love it. So you're like your own grading system.
Right. Yeah. It's the dad grade, dynamic art and design grade. Yeah.
Everything he owns is a 9.8.
Hey.
9.8 right here, baby.
This book is but I'm just saying, you put some Silver Age books in here that you don't want to get graded, but you'd rather have them not in a bag and board.
Yeah. No, I think that's a great idea, because actually I got a lot of high grade stuff that's worth a lot of money that isn't bagged and boarded, and I don't want to spend the money to go get it, but just to protect it, that'd be great. How much are
Then
those?
you need to buy some of these.
How much are they?
25, 30 bucks.
I think they're 25 each.
Wow.
Yeah,
I know.
They're up there.
A little too high for your blood. I get it.
But you know what? If you want to display them and stuff in a cool book instead of just slapping it in a little holder, those actually do fit them. They do protect them. They come in with the inner sleeve. You know what? They're not bad for that. I probably wouldn't buy 1,000 of them, but I think I got 10 of them.
Yeah, we each got 10. So saved on shipping. Look at that. Immortal Rising. Thank you very much. 4671. Oh man, we are $329 away from big 5Gs, baby. I do that math right, Dennis?
You did good, Andy. If I could reach
Thanks,
you and
Dad.
pat you on the head, I would pat you on the head.
All right, I got to show you guys what I just bought. I don't have it yet. But you go ahead and share that, Andrew.
Oh,
you got those!
Uh-huh.
You don't have room to hang those, do you?
No, who cares, man? They come in the box. The box is like freaking this.
Oh, we've
big.
seen it. Yeah, no, Shelton got them over at Heroes.
I'm gonna I don't even take them out of the box. I just want to have the box and like lean it up against the wall or something. But I was at this show, right? At OMS, the Oregon Museum of Science and Industry, had the big marble thing, right? And so when you leave the show, they have a gift shop set up, right? So it's like Disneyland. You walk right off the ride into the gift shop, and they had not this one, but they had volume 2, which the box, the image on it wasn't as great as this. But so I'm looking at it, and they're $125, right? Because you get 12 blacklight posters in there, and I'm like, I almost bought it, and I thought, I'm going to check on Amazon, and I checked on Amazon, and I thought, well, if they got volume 2, I bet volume 1 has like some really great stuff in it, right? And so I looked up, and there it was, volume 1, $60 on Amazon. It's half price.
$60?
So I got it. And so that's on its way to me right now.
Nice.
That Iron Man, that Cole and Iron Man right here is just awesome. I mean, that's a poster in there. And
what's the retail on them? Aren't they 125?
Yeah, the 125 is retail, but the Amazon, they have volume 1, was $60, and then the volume 2, the one that just came out that they were selling at the OMSI show I was at, they got it for 80 something, regularly 125. So
yeah, because Shelton had them and they were just retail, and I was like, man, there are a couple of them in there that I really like. The Iron Man is just the best, but I'm like, yeah, I have no room anywhere in my house to put them, and I was like, yeah, for $125, I'm never going to use them.
Well, yeah, but it's like, I don't know. It's like, you remember, I don't know.
Kind of nostalgia.
Right. Were you at San Diego when they had that big, I don't know who it was, Mattel or whoever did the huge Galactus figure that Joe Quesada did the cover on the box art for?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, I bought that not because I'm a toy collector, just because the box was so cool with that Quesada art on it. I never took it out of the box. In fact, I ended up selling it later, to another collector, but I just wanted the box art. And that's with those giant posters. Like, this is a giant box with the Cole and Iron Man on it. I don't care if there's any posters inside or not. I just want the box.
Nice.
I got no place to hang this. My walls are absolutely covered. But this was on eBay. This is one of Wrightson's posters from 76. This one's called Breakfast. You can see there's a little nudie chick sitting in there with a bunch of these baby pterodactyl monster things. And I don't know, you can't really see that well, but this thing's got a moose in its mouth that's feeding the babies. Ooh. Anyway, these posters usually go for about 60 to 150, depending on who's selling them. And this guy had this for $25, and I was like, I got no place to put it, but I'm buying it for $25. So,
Nice. Comic Board says put it on the ceiling. All right, I got to dip out and take my daughter to her friend's place. I'll be back. You guys hold the fort for the next 15, 20 till I get back.
All right.
Dennis, if I'm correct, you can control everything on your end as well, right?
I should be able to.
Okay, I'm
It's
gonna.
like the Outer Limits or something. Dennis is
Why
now
did you
taking
remove that
control of.
main screen?
Yeah,
Good
well,
Do
lord!
not adjust your TV.
yeah, Dennis is now taking control of your monitors.
All right, why did you remove that?
I didn't do anything. Don't accuse me,
No,
man.
I'm
I don't
talking to
have
Dennis.
control.
He did.
No, he's looking right at me with those accusing eyes, and I'm just like, whatever.
Hey, when I get back, you did a video unboxing David Williams art. What'd he send you?
Well, I'll show you when you get back, I guess.
All right, show me when I get back. I'll be right back.
All right, now we can talk about Andy.
That's right. Start backstabbing Andy.
It's not like he ever goes back and watches our shows.
That's right. I got to put my Goldens away here before I forget.
Yeah, I'm actually glad you bought those posters. I mean, they were just so cool. And the only one I really want to hang up, but I still have my black lights too. I've got them in the closet. I just
Oh, do you?
no
I don't have any
reason
black lights.
to do it.
I'm going to have
Yeah,
to get one.
picking up.
Well, the funny thing is, it's like both those sets, there's 24 total, right? The two sets. And about half of them in each one of the sets are really good. And the other half are kind of like, meh. And it's like, if they put all the good ones in one set, like there's that really great Kirby Black Bolt, but that's in volume 2 that I would love to have. But I just thought there was more good ones in the volume 1, and it was cheaper. So and I wanted that big colon Iron Man. So
yeah, that was for me the prime of that crop right there was that Iron Man. And I actually would consider putting it on my door here. If I keep the door closed, I could do it and then mount the black light over the top, because that would just be cool.
Where do you? I guess I can just. I was going to say, where do you get a black light these days? But I guess all you do is look it up online and you can find one.
Yeah, I mean, you order on Amazon, they've got them. I actually got mine from Spencer's.
Yeah, I used to have one when I was a kid because we used to get those, crazy black light posters like the Black Leopard or whatever, the Black Panther up in the tree or the jungle.
The Age of
stuff.
Aquarius.
Yeah.
Yes, we are going to the SC Comic-Con this weekend down in Greenville. Andy and Bud Root and I were all driving down together, so we are going to have a hootin' good few hours on the road, and we are set up. Bud, I think, is right next to us as normal down there. I think Dan Freg is going. So yeah, if you guys do make it down, we are going to have a blast this weekend.
Gary Martin there in the says, does that have the Barry Smith Conan cover in black light? It's not the Conan cover. It's that splash page where he's looking out over this ravine or this canyon. And that one is that's in the volume 2. So there was like that one and the Black Bolt that were really great that were in the volume 2, the set of volume 2 that made me almost get that as well. But then there's a couple of good Doctor Stranges in this one, the Iron Man, of course. I can't even remember what's in it. I'd have to go look again, but I just like the box art the best, with the Iron Mans. That's why I got that. But that volume 2 has got a couple of like that Barry Smith Conan one and the and that Black Bolt. I find myself weakening my resolve, and I think I probably will end up getting it just so I can have them.
Isn't it amazing how things wear down on you? It was like that Starship Enterprise, that Playmobil one. My wife was going to get it for me. I don't know. It came out at what, $499 or something like that, or $599. And I was like, no, I don't need a toy that bad. But I was like, thank you very much. And she kept going, are you sure you want it? Are you sure you don't want it? And I was like, well, I do want it, but it's just not worth that. Well, right. She found it for $350, and eventually, and I was like, oh, Oh, well, now you're talking. And I wound up getting it. It took us 2 hours just putting on decals. So it was just amazingly slow process, but it hooks up with your tablet or your phone so you can control all the sounds and all the workings, the lights, everything right from your tablet. It is really cool, but I just wasn't going to pay that kind of money up front for it. But my wife, God bless her, is the one who wore me down into buying it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like, it's almost a weird like bait and switch mentality. It's like you see something like that and it's like $400 or $500 and you're like, I'm never paying that much for that. But then you see it at $350 and you're like, hey, I'll get it. But if it was originally listed at $350, you would have said, there's no way I'm paying $350 for that.
Yeah.
But suddenly compared to $500, $350 looks pretty good.
Well, the one I did bite the bullet on, and it took a while. Tomy is put out that 32-inch replica Starship Enterprise based off of the original model that's in the Smithsonian. Oh. And it's got the working lights. It's got everything. It's the exact original paint schemes. Even in the Bussard collectors, they've got like the purple diodes and all the proper diodes rotating exactly how they were in production mode. And have you seen that at all?
No, I have not. But it sounds pretty groovy.
It is. I'm going to see if I can...
Here, bring up this poster screen I'm sharing with you guys. I'll show. Okay, this is the volume 2 set. Okay, so there's the Black Bolt I'm talking about. That's so cool. There's the Conan one that Gary was talking about. But this is actually a splash page from I don't know what issue of Conan that is. That Conan #1? I can't remember. But anyway, that's a splash page. This is pretty cool. Where Hela's getting lit up by Odin. You got a Fantastic Four here. This Doctor Strange with Eternity is pretty cool. The rest of them are Captain Marvel. That's all right. But yeah, so like both sets, this is volume 2. I got volume 1, have an equal number of cool posters and an equal number of, it's not that great. And so I find myself probably going to end up getting both.
Oh, really?
As pathetic as that sounds, I probably will.
That Eternity one, I like that Eternity one.
Yeah, there's one in the first set too. There's another one with Eternity in it.
Oh.
And another Doctor Strange in it. So I apparently, I don't remember all of these. I remember some of them. But like, apparently these are the original. They did 24 of these back in the day, 1968, I guess. And I remember some of these, but some of them I don't, So it's like, I don't know. I guess maybe I wasn't paying attention when I was a kid or whatever, but I remember about half of those. And then the other ones I'm like, I never saw before. So maybe because they're just not as memorable.
Well, like that Thor one was kind of neat.
Well, he's kissing Sif or whoever. Yeah. I don't remember that one being, okay, here we go. Ooh.
All right.
32 inches, man. That's pretty good sized.
It is.
No, 1,700.
So this is what they raised. So it was all or nothing.
Oh, I see.
They
needed, 1 million. Oh, okay.
They needed to make $1,200,000, and or they weren't going to do it. And the guys had got this to me. There was 2 days left in this, and they weren't even close to it. They had already dropped their requirements down, and they said, well, the minimum that we actually can do to do this is $1.2 million. But they had the original creators. They had the guy that works with the Smithsonian on. They were talking about it, and they were talking about the wiring, the lights, how every single detail is an exact duplicate of the way that the original model was that they filmed with in the Smithsonian, right? Mm. The difference is there's one other thing that they did, and the saucer section, because according to Star Trek, in the technical manuals, the saucer section separates in case of an emergency and could jettison. Now, they never did show it on the original episodes ever, although the manual said it did do it. They actually created that feature in here so the two will separate together. And it's like, dude, that's really cool.
So you got one of these?
I did. I ordered it. I was one of the backers. My buddy tried getting my wife to, he should get two, one to display and one to sell later because it's going to go up. And she had said, no. Well, my buddy, he's a doctor. He came over and he was talking to her. Finally, she goes, you know what? Go ahead, just order it. Because it was $600.
Right. Yeah.
And so I am going to find a display for it. Just
huge.
Look at the two guys. This is how it comes.
Right. That's huge.
It is.
See, I would be afraid. I'd be afraid to break. I'd break it.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's why that's why you get two, right? One you keep in the box, you never open up, and the other one you like set out. And that way, if somebody comes by and accidentally hits it with their elbow or something and knocks off one of the engines.
Because they're never making it again. And this is die cast. That was the other thing. Dude, this is really heavy. This whole thing is die cast. And even the shuttles, look at the little shuttles with the details. And when you look inside, it's just absolutely stunning. Authentic die-cast reproduction of the original 11-foot NCC 1701 prop used in filming. And there you can actually see the saucer separated.
Oh, man. Look at
that.
That.
So the base even separates. So it's technically two bases that separates through it. It's a 1 to 350 scale, and it weighs 20 pounds.
Jeez. So if the disc separated from the rest of the ship, they'd leave Scotty stuck in engineering, right?
Yes, he would be.
He'd be trapped in engineering.
Unless he ran up to the bridge quick.
Yeah. Like, sorry, Scotty. Well, when they did the hand phasers, the first ones, the little hand, the phaser gun, and then they had the little hand phaser that would detach.
Yeah.
And they didn't, when you first got the hand phaser, they didn't do that, but now I got a newer one that now it detaches.
Did you get one of the Diamond Select ones?
Probably.
Yeah. So the Phaser 1 and the Phaser 2 were designed to go together. And just like in the TV show, sometimes you see Captain Kirk with the little one, otherwise it was the gun. The gun, the Phaser 2, amplifies the power, so it becomes a much more powerful weapon in it. Whereas I think the original one was Playmates, and the Playmate ones don't.
Yeah,
the new ones,
that's right. I had the Playmate. I have the Playmate one, and then I got the Diamond Select one, so I have both.
Yeah. The Diamond Select were definitely a step up. They didn't have as many screw holes. Now, Playmate got the license again, so they just started putting out the new version of the Phaser. The new Enterprise, so it's downstairs, but I got the new Enterprise version. It's sturdier, but it's got big screw holes everywhere, so it's aesthetically not as nice.
Now, did anybody ever make that big laser rifle that Kirk used in the? That's never been done.
It has never been done. The only thing you can find are they have props out there that you can buy that are basically non-working props of it. There's a huge market that everybody keeps saying they should make it, and I don't know if it's because of the cost and what they'd have to charge for it, but I really wish they would. I mean, look at Star Wars. The first guns they put out were Han Solo's blaster, the heavy blaster, and they put out the Imperial rifle. I mean, I got those as a kid.
Yeah, exactly.
I wish they would do it. I would buy one in an instant.
Yeah, I always thought that was cool. I mean, it's sort of cumbersome, I guess, for the show. Obviously, they weren't going to be carrying around these big old rifles, but I'd buy one absolutely, unless it was like $600, then I wouldn't buy it. But If it was $100, I'd buy it.
Yeah, exactly. I'd pay $100 for that.
Some little sound effects, but I got the tricorder. I got all this stuff over here. I just need a phaser rifle, and I'm fully armed. Okay.
Apparently, not everybody are Star Trek fans.
Well, Gary. Gary's just he's 100% cynical, and so
Oh, 60-minute warning.
Well.
Let me just pop up and see if anything's changed. Nope, not since that one. All right, then I'll leave it up. Oh, doesn't Gary hate Star Trek, though? Oh.
I don't know. You would think as logical as he is, he would love it. See, Paul's a biologist. He understands. He understands the importance of Star Trek to science.
Transparent aluminum. it's a thing now.
Yeah.
Thank you, Scotty.
Yeah, exactly. We wouldn't have transparent aluminum. Oh, wait a minute. Do we have transparent aluminum?
Yes, it is official. They have made transparent aluminum.
Have they actually really, like in real life? Okay.
Yep.
Well, see, there you go.
All right. So I'm going to ask, because Andy goes blank and his eyes glaze over. Have you watched this third season of Picard at all?
No, dude, I don't watch any new Star Trek. It's original series or nothing.
Okay. Did you watch Next Generation?
Painfully on a few occasions, because there was absolutely nothing else on, and then I would just power vomit through it.
All right. I just wanted to know, because when I got back from Korea last week, I got caught up with everything, because this shit's been painful, and I mean it. It's been awful. Season 3. They got smart. They actually hired a writer who wrote for both Enterprise and Voyager, who actually likes Star Trek, and they wound up bringing back the entire crew from Next Generation, and it's full of member berries. It's actually a coherent, really decent story. My wife and I actually like it. It's really good. First good Star Trek that I have seen come out probably since Deep Space Nine.
What was the one with Scott Bakula on it? I watched that a little bit.
That's Enterprise.
Okay. Yeah, that's like before, right?
Well, and actually,
good God, what did you guys do to my stream when I was gone? What is this?
It went total Star Trek as soon as you left.
Oh. I can't leave you kids for anything. I say don't burn the house down, and that's exactly what you do.
Oh my God!
I don't understand what you're saying.
There's Bud Light cans all over the place.
Oh, good
Old
God.
Bud Light or no? Well, yeah, that's true. Paul brings up a good point. We have more viewers now that we've been talking Star Trek than what we did when we were talking Andy. So just saying.
Yeah. I can take a hint.
All right, you wanted to see what I got from David?
Yeah.
Okay. Check out this nice Phil Noto Supergirl.
That's not what you got from him, though.
No, that's Phil Noto.
Yeah, that's nice. Did you pick that up secondhand, or did you get it right from Phil?
I traded with him at Calgary Comic-Con, like for pandemic. I don't know what year it was, but it was a while ago.
Whoa, was that Dave Williams' Space Ghost?
Yeah, I bought a bunch of stuff from him.
When did you get that? Holy crap!
He did these on my. I had him on my show just not before we were doing Graybeards. David and I I'd always have him on the Sunday show, and we just or we do an afternoon thing, and we just like draw. And these are a couple pieces he did, and so
what was that? Did he do the black? Did I see a Black Bolt? Was that him too?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that Black Bolt is freaking awesome!
Isn't that great?
It is.
Yeah, it is. Look at that Kirby background.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I think actually that was on. This one might have been on. No, it was. This was pre-Graybeards too. This was. But all these he did on my show when I had him on, and we were just drawing.
Wow.
That rocks.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Well, wait a minute. What happened?
Did you see that Al Jaffe passed away?
Yeah, I did. But he's like 100 years old, wasn't he?
102.
Oh my goodness.
God, we could be
Oh,
so
that's
lucky.
nice.
Okay, so what he does is he do the pencil like this, right? And this is just
Yep.
on like 20-pound copy paper, 11 by 17. And so he does that, and then he light tables it and inks it onto, and that's the piece I got right there.
Oh.
Wow. Does he do the prelims like that for everything? So even like the Space Ghost and the Black Bolt and stuff?
No, well, that was just like when we do on Graybeards, obviously it gets pretty competitive. So it's like we're like, he'll do like a pencil drawing like that, and then he'll do a finished piece for the next week, where he really goes to town on it. And so I was like, the Hanna-Barbera stuff is like my favorite stuff from when I was a kid, and Frankenstein Jr. is like my favorite were the Herculoids, but then Frankenstein Jr. was right there, and then Space Ghost would have been third. So when he did this, was like, dude, I just got to have it. So
now, hey, look, speak of the devil.
He does not suck, even if it's.
Check this out. I don't know if you guys saw this before, but David and I, and this again pre-Graybeards, but we like combined to do this double-page spread where he did Batman and I did Clayface.
Now, how did you connect it? Like, how did you get it? So even though it's just the cape and that little bit of the hand, how did you get it to line up?
Because I left the cape out. I penciled it in there, but I didn't. And I had David send me his piece, and then I connected it that way. So I didn't finish it until I got. So I mean, I put the hand in there, and I knew what was going in there, and so I just left the crossover pieces penciled until I got the piece from David, and then I was able to connect them right on.
Oh, so it's another way you scored a piece of David Williams art. What a scammer!
No, I paid. I paid for this too. He's a ruthless businessman,
Wow, with all this cool art of his you'd think you might want him for a variant cover, but I guess he doesn't rate.
No. I got him to do. Hey, he did the sticker art for the nightclub in my first campaign, Wraith of God campaign.
Oh,
He did
yeah.
the sticker art. So,
he did a variant cover for Demigod when I was doing that for Ominous. So,
well, I can't let his ego get too big.
no, I hear you.
You know how he is.
Oh, I know.
But anyway, yeah. So I got a pretty decent David Williams collection going here.
It looks like it. I've got one Nexus in color, and that's it.
So if I outlive David Williams, this stuff will go through the roof when he dies, and I can just cash in. So
yeah, but that's not going to happen. Look at you compared to him.
I know.
You just got out of bed an hour ago.
I know. It's like, yeah.
I thought you were eating Rice Krispies with all that snap, crackle, and popping, but then I realized it was just your bones.
Dude, I'm not long for this world, I can tell you that.
Oh my God! I hope Shelly's not around to hear that.
I got to hurry up and finish Wraith of God before I kick off.
You got to finish it before you turn 60. So.
That's right. I'll be dropping them off at the post office, come home, and then die, in peace.
Oops. What's up, Dandy Dan?
Hey, we went over 140K last night on Blood Hunters, which means everybody gets the Dan Lawless Wraith of God card for free. Woohoo!
That's right.
And I told Dan I wasn't going to pay him for the card because he did the card just on spec. He goes, "Hey, do you want to do something with this?" I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "But I'm not paying you for it till we hit 140." So now I got to pay him for it.
Businessman.
Hey, that's the way it goes, man. So he was cool, and he's like, "That's cool." And so now I got to send him his $25.
I want my $25.
That's a little bit more than that.
What a bargain!
Well, it is cool looking.
It's $35.
So worth every penny.
Yep.
That's right.
$35.26.
It's worth
plus tax.
Every penny.
So
51 minutes. I just sent Mr. Dan the link. So if he wants to join, he can. We can make it a party. Let's see. I can even send it to... Let me see here. I like on StreamYard now, when you want to invite people, instead of copying the link, it has below Gmail, regular email, and then Messenger. So you can just click one of those icons.
Man, I gotta start paying attention to that. Those extra stuff they keep adding, because I don't. There was something I just got a video on something they said that. I mean, you have to go back in and re-edit, but it said if you're doing a stream and you have like someone has a really crappy connection, that there's something that clears it up, but not live. You'd have to go back in and then clean it up, and then repost it as an edited video. But I thought that was pretty cool, because oftentimes we get people with messed up internet like David Williams. It just looks like it's raining through their screen all the time. Like there's water running down the window, kind of look to it.
Oh yeah.
So apparently,
there's lots of cool stuff you can do on it now. Like I said, you could be streaming this to your channel right now if I had it set that way.
Well, if I wanted this kind of content on my channel, which I clearly do not, I come over here to talk Star Trek, but I know better to do that on my channel.
Damn. You know better to talk Star Trek on your channel? Is that because you'll lose people?
I don't want to do it on my channel. I don't want people to think I'm a big nerd like Dennis. But if I come over here, then it's okay.
See, I guess the difference between you and I, Aaron, is I admit it, and I'm proud, and I always have been, and so be it. I mean, today's nerd is cool. Now,
That's true.
30 years ago, it was a different story. I was a nerd then, and I got a lot fewer dates.
Yeah. Well, all you need is one good one that'll marry you, and then you're set. So you just find the right one that can tolerate it.
I got one that actually buys me expensive enterprises.
There you go. That's the perfect match for you then. No, I always get drawn into those conversations, but I generally don't start them. But then I usually get drawn into them, and I just totally, the guard goes down, and I'm become who I really am.
Well, see, the problem
we know on your channel, your channel's reserved for Sasquatch hunting.
That's exactly right. We've got to find Bigfoot. So that's I'm going to start looking for skinwalkers here pretty soon. I keep seeing videos about that. I'm not really sure what the heck that is, but I want to find out. So
I don't even. Yeah, what the hell is a skinwalker? Is this a Walking Dead now?
No, they're like these skinny, glow in the dark alien looking creatures that I don't know. I have no idea. I've got to. They're all white and glowy though, and they're always at night, and they're really scrawny, skinny, but really gross looking. So I don't know.
So
isn't that what we call the people that are part of Antifa?
Yeah, exactly.
Skinny, they come out at night. They're gross looking.
They're so white they glow. Yeah.
They're right. They're so white. They live with their parents in their basement. And stuff.
Exactly.
Just go down to Portland at night, any night of the week. You'll probably see some.
Hey, soon they'll be showing up on your Bud Light can. So hey, you'll be able to see real soon.
Skinwalker Bud Light, yeah. So I want to investigate that a little bit, because I'm running out of. I've been doing Bigfoot for a couple months now, and I'm running out of decent videos. In fact, there hardly is any decent videos, as you can imagine. But I'm running out of new material. For Bigfoot videos, so I gotta maybe the Wisconsin Dog Man, something like that.
Did you check out the video that the Gourd Ox Pub sent you?
Wasn't it Slim? The Slim Man.
These guys, they're sending me videos of Bigfoot playing the saxophone out in the woods and stuff.
Well, that's how he rolls.
Pretty good stuff.
Besides, Wisconsin's known for all their serial killers.
Yeah, well, maybe that's what the Dog Man really is a serial killer, and they just dressed it up as a dog man.
Well, I mean, that's why Dennis moved. He was like, they're catching on to me. I gotta split, go to Texas. Then he could just hop over to the Mexico side, do his dextering over there, and jump back over and not have to worry about it.
Well, why do you think Dahmer? I mean, he was just 60 minutes south of me, and they caught it. You know how they caught on to him? He was reading Star Hunters, and they're like, "Aha!"
That's right.
There's only two guys that could be. It's either Andy or this guy.
Yep, and we're going to check out that him. Yep, and then he got let into Ed Gein, so they went kind of back and went into Ed Gein. So there you go, Andy. You're in good company.
There you go.
Zaid Comics says skinwalkers are Native American evil shaman that wear the skins of animals and turn into them. Well, that's not what these things look like. I can tell you that they're calling these skinwalkers. So
apparently, why don't you share a picture? And by the way, so after Malin told me last night that there were 2 issues of that Nitrogen book, but they were both #1, but one was actually issue 2. The story picked up. Mm-hmm. During the stream last night, I went on eBay and found it, made an offer, and got it. So now I'll have both of them.
I didn't even. Okay, here we go. Here's like the most famous creepy picture of a skinwalker. Let me share this. All right, there you go.
Oh yeah.
I mean, come on, that's not a dude with an animal skin. That's like that's a freaking like I don't know what that is. That's a fake picture, obviously. Crap. But
if it had a flash, that's Andy.
Hey! My guns are a little bigger than that now. Come on.
He's looking for his Starhawks comic, or what are you guys reading? What is it called?
Star Hunters, pal. Don't disrespect.
Okay.
Which really is, it's a ripoff of Starjammers is really all it is.
Hey, real quick, Steven De La Vega, just check eBay. It's up on eBay. So just do that. Zaid says, bad investment, Andy. Oh, how dare you?
Yeah.
Early John Malin, come on now. See, that is Nancy.
Yeah, well, he's saying the skinwalkers are Nancy Pelosi, and I'm verifying it with his photo, according to David. So.
Nah, because this skinwalker doesn't have big jugglies. You got to give that to Nancy. For a woman her age, man, woof, she could knock somebody out with those things.
Well, she just had them redone.
Oh.
Did she?
They're not natural.
Up? Yeah, because, when you're 86, you really want to make sure your boobs are perky.
But you know what? It does prove that AOC is the next Nancy Pelosi because AOC's got a pretty healthy rack. She'll be there 50 years from now, and
that's horrifying to even think about.
Our kids will be like, "Oh God, when is she going to leave?"
We're doing that already.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I'll be broadcasting from Switzerland.
Remember when who was George Bush's senior's vice VP? Who was that guy? The who's really the dumb guy who got the
Dan Quayle?
Oh, Quayle.
Yeah, I thought Dan Quayle was the dumbest politician until AOC made him look like Einstein.
Oh my God,
I've never seen a stupider person speak in my life.
It's true, but she connects with the young dummies.
The other stupid people that vote that way.
Right. Well, you saw yesterday. Did you see yesterday during the White House Easter egg roll? Big Al Roker, when he didn't have his head up Biden's butt, asked him if he can see himself doing more Easter egg rolls in the future. And Biden just comes right out and says that he goes, "Yeah, I'm running again. We just haven't announced it yet." It's like, well, you just did. You just said you're running again.
I hope he runs again.
He said he's running again, but we haven't announced it yet. And then with the Easter egg stuff, he goes, "Yeah, I could see doing it in another 2 years, 3 years, maybe even 6." And it's like,
you can see himself doing it from the other side of that iron fence.
He's
not going to be on the grounds again. I can tell you that.
I've never seen him run ever in my life. I've seen him bike.
I've seen him fall, but I've never seen him run.
I've seen him fall upstairs. Because the wind was so gusty that day. So that's what does it.
Paul Taylor says, "I can't believe she has an econ degree."
Yep.
Getting a degree is not that challenging anymore, Paul, as you should know. That's
true.
Back when we were in school, you actually had to take tests and stuff. So now they just.
And this is true. Around. And the guy is still a part of Congress that said that. So did you remember this? This is about 10 years ago. This idiot said that he was afraid putting too much stuff on Guam because it could tip over.
Yes.
You didn't hear that, Aaron? You never saw that?
Yes. That is
He literally
real.
said it could tip over. And welcome to the show, Dan Lawless.
And he's still in Congress.
Hi, guys.
Oh, he's got his hat on.
That's a
Yeah, where's your
Gilligan's
garb, man?
Island
Where's your-
joke.
Where's your
Dan.
barbaric garb, you guys?
You know,
Downstairs.
What happened to your little horn? What happened to your
look,
little
where we
horn,
live,
Dan?
it's actually air-conditioned weather, so
Oh,
that'd be
see?
a little warm.
Dennis, let that be a warning to you. That's what's going to happen to that $600 Star Trek model. Someone's going to come along and clip one of the engines off, and then you're going to look like Dan. You're going to have a Star Trek with broken. And
Wow, you're saying my Enterprise is going to look like Dan?
that's what I'm saying,
That sucks.
dude. I got that play set. Not a play set. What do you call them? A diorama of Planet Hulk fighting the Silver Savage. Right? It was Sideshow. several
yeah.
years ago. I've lost the Roman helmet for the Hulk. I don't know what happened to it. I can't get another one because it's too old. And then I was moving the statue, and one of the little forearm shields on Silver Surfer just cracked off, and so I had to re-cement it on there. So it's like $600 on this thing, and now it's worthless because I repaired it, but it has no resale value. It's heartbreaking.
Oh,
I know.
Statues,
You
man,
just
they're
gotta protect
dangerous.
them. Man, I'm looking for a display case that's going to fit it. So it's got to be at least 36 inches, and it's that tall too. So I've got to find a big one. They've got a color of black. So I'm going to spray paint it black, but it's a black that reflects zero light. It's like $100 a can.
Wow.
And it's going to be solid black. And I'm going to put little white LEDs in the back of this case, so it'll like light up like stars.
Dude, you're a
And-
freakish nerd. You're not just a nerd. You're like
Oh, yeah,
control.
dude.
You're next level.
What?
and by the way, Marcus mentioned, and that's who I thought it was, the congressman that said Guam could tip over is the current minority leader. Isn't that Hakeem Jeffries?
Yeah, he's the lead. Yeah, he's the minority leader.
Yeah, he's the idiot that said Guam could tip over.
You're gonna sink the island.
All right, guys, we are
By the
38
way,
minutes to
just,
go.
hey,
$296 away from $5,000.
Do it.
Okay.
You guys, a side note, my dad fought on Guam in World War II.
Did he?
He was in,
Really?
He was in a Sherman tank, yeah.
Wow.
He was on 3
That
islands.
tank didn't tip it over, huh? Tanks are
He,
heavy.
he was on Guam, Saipan, and Okinawa.
Wow.
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 Three places you didn't want to be during World War II. He was
You
there.
must have had amazing stories.
Not really, because they kind of they didn't. I don't think he wanted to talk about it much. It wasn't
Not
very
Ron
pleasant.
Johnson.
Yeah.
Smoky Concat says it was Ron Johnson that said it.
I don't
so,
think it was
okay.
Ron Johnson. He's from Wisconsin.
No, that's
Yeah, well, he grew up in a town of like 5 people as well, named Oshkosh Malagilagash. So he probably did learn that Guam could tip over in school there.
Wow.
You kind of wonder, did we always have politicians that were this stupid, or is this a new thing?
No, the thing is, I think we did. It's just when we were younger, and I'm talking even like teenagers and stuff, you just looked up to them with this thing of, well, I mean, they're politicians. They've got to know what they're talking about.
right.
Yeah.
Well,
And now you realize,
Probably,
nope.
I agree. I think they always were this dumb. They just didn't open their mouths nearly as much as they do now. And the public now is much smarter, at least a good portion of it, than what they used to be. And they realize, wow, what you just said is complete crap.
Yeah. I mean, can you go back in time in history and find a politician that says something as stupid as Guam could tip over? Is there an equivalent to that? Is going back to, founding fathers? Guam,
Like a trivia
even our founding
question.
fathers who knew less about science knew Guam wouldn't tip over.
Right.
Well, the founding fathers were all really smart dudes, right? And it's just been kind of it's been filtering down every since. I mean, it's been degrading the intelligence level ever since, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, never mind. Smokey says it was Hank Johnson from Georgia.
No, he's
Okay.
okay. Well, who's he going to say in another 5 minutes? I mean, that's like his third choice. Come on,
He's probably
Smokey.
Googling it. We'll give it to
Okay,
him
all right.
until he
I knew
changes
it
it
wasn't
again.
Ron Johnson. He's working hard right now, finding out all the Biden corruption that is on there. So I knew it wasn't Ron.
All right, we got
Crazy.
two guys. Okay, two people are now saying it was Hank. So there you go.
All right.
There we go. We have confirmation, Houston.
That's right. 2 witnesses.
So who else? Have either of you guys seen John Wick 4 yet?
I have not.
No, I read good reviews.
Oh my God! What are you waiting for?
For it to
Well, I'm
come on
married,
TV.
so
What? And she doesn't take you? My wife took me. She dragged me to John Wick 4.
My wife loves the John Wick movies too. Shelley, I can't. It's the weirdest thing. The movies she likes are really bizarre to me because she's like, she loves Stripes, despite the fact that it has that completely sexist mud wrestling scene.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We just watched that.
And she likes True Lies, even though you've got the scene with the Jamie Lee Curtis doing the striptease for Arnold and stuff that most women get uncomfortable with. And it's like, so she just has these, and she loves John Wick, which is like totally ultra violent, and yet, but then everything else she likes is like, up the down staircase and things like that.
All right.
But
Now, see, that doesn't surprise me with Shelley, though, because let's be honest. If she wasn't in that house, there'd be no firearms in that house. You have a baseball bat on your side of the bed, and that's it.
Well, have you guys seen the trailer for Sisu? SISU?
SISU,
that?
what is that? Sisu?
It's a new movie. From
Oh
the
my God, it
makers
is
of
so
John
good.
Wick. Dude, you
Shelley,
should
you
find the
love John
trailer.
Wick, right?
Yeah.
See? And she likes Stripes.
Yep.
And,
All right, Andy's going to
True Lies.
find the trailer for it. We have to show
Oh, by the way, yes, I've seen St. Vincent, but that's not new. That's a few years old, but I've seen that, yeah. No, I don't know. If we play the trailer, you think we get bounced or anything?
Yes.
you got to stop it every few seconds.
Yeah. You can go about 20 seconds and then you're going to get busted.
Yeah,
Yeah,
few
I'm not
seconds.
playing it.
Yeah, well, yeah, the Gord, he popped in there. That's the movie. You guys can look it up and play the trailer.
It is.
If Shelley likes John Wick, she would love Sisu. My wife keeps asking, when's it coming out? From the makers of John Wick. It's all about the Nazis.
Yep. And you got to watch the Red Band trailer.
Yes, the Red Band trailer is fantastic.
What do you
Yes, it
guys think
is.
of the new Indiana Jones? You think you're going to like it, or you think it's going to be
No.
a disaster?
If
So,
that one,
they're refilming a whole bunch of the movie right now.
Why?
They apparently had 4 endings to the movie, and the movie didn't test well. And out of the 4 endings,
Wow, what a
the
shock.
highest rated was 34%. Everybody hates it.
Ooh.
So Bob Iger brought in Kathleen Kennedy and basically said, "Look, if Indiana Jones doesn't make money, I'm firing you in public and chastising you on the way out." And so they've decided to go ahead and reshoot whole chunks of it.
Well, maybe they should can that chick that's in it that messed up the screenplay, and actually get
that's
like
all we
Lawrence
have to do.
Kasdan or somebody in there to fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
she
it's
doesn't look
gonna be
very
interesting.
appealing.
What's that?
Yeah, she doesn't look very appealing. That woman. That's his
No.
co-star. So.
Well, and then at the end, so apparently all the versions had it where Harrison Ford goes away and she becomes the new Indiana Jones.
Oh God.
Well, there you go, death.
Yes.
So anyway, yeah.
What is this?
What's her
I
name?
don't
Amy
understand
Waller
what they're
or
what they're.
something Waller?
Is it scorched earth? What are they trying to do? Are they trying to?
That's exactly what they're trying to
It's
do.
like it's
I
like the
don't,
equivalent of tearing down the statues and stuff that when
Yep.
like the communists always did. They would tear down the statues and so they could remake a new thing or something like that. They want to make sure
destroying
everything
all the
is
manly
all rubble.
heroes.
They want to make sure it's leftover rubble.
Yep.
That's right.
They
I
could have got
wasn't a fan of the Crystal Skull.
They should have recast with like Chris Pratt and just started over, and it'd have been great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean, that's just it. They should have treated it like James Bond.
Yep.
You know, you just keep the stories continuing, and you keep them ageless by recasting. I mean, here's the other thing I was asking Dennis is because we saw a trailer for it before John Wick last week, and the first Indiana Jones takes place in 1936, right?
Right.
This movie looks like it takes place in the 1950s. Harrison Ford is not 20 years older now. He's 40 freaking years older. How can they just say this movie? I mean, am I not right? Doesn't it look like this movie takes place in the 50s?
Well, let's see here. The last one with Shia LaBeouf took place in the 50s. So this one has to be older than that, like maybe the 60s?
Yeah, but I don't think the one with Shia LaBeouf is in canon, is it?
Why wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
Is
then
that
if this one takes...
Crystal Skull one, right?
Yeah, the alien.
Yeah.
And that was Spielberg, too.
Oh, it takes place... Gord Ox says it takes place in 1969. Okay. I didn't know that. Well, it's a good year.
It is a good year.
Well,
Care to elaborate?
Oh, I was born in that year, and so was Dennis. I mean, I was first.
And
so.
there was the moonwalk. I mean, what more do you need?
Yeah, nobody cares about that.
I thought it was because it was 69. So,
That's right.
Oh, so you went down that road.
hey, I don't. That's the first thing that thought. I don't know.
no,
I can understand it. It is Andy
68, man.
I'm
68
the
that's when Marvel
I'm the
expanded.
squeaky clean guy.
That's right. Clean up your mind.
I got
I know,
a reputation
seriously.
to uphold here. I can't go down that road.
No,
Good
1968 is the year, right? That's when Marvel expanded its line and got its own distribution back.
Oh, Aaron, did you watch? Have any of you guys? Well, Dan and Dennis might not know about the channel, but you know that channel Graham shared with us with the interviews of
Yeah.
the different career. Have you watched any of those?
I watched Romita.
Dude,
What channel?
I'll look for it. Hold on and pull it up. I went down a freaking rabbit hole, dude. I watched Ramita, Buscema, Kubert, Murphy Anderson, George Tuska.
They got them all, and you're like, yeah. Okay.
Dude, they are freaking
Put
here.
the link up. Find the link.
I'm
What's the
going
name
to.
of the
They
channel?
are fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, who was the guy in the Ramita one? I was trying to Google him because I can't remember his the artist's name. He was 38 when he died. Is it Manley?
Really?
Mealy. He was. I didn't know he was only 38.
Manley. It was Joe Manley. Joe Manley.
It was Joe. Okay. I did not know he was only 38 years old when he died.
I know. I couldn't believe that. I was like, what? Really? That explains why he just, disappeared.
Man, that's a lot of pressure if your name's Manly. You got to like be a man all the time.
That's right.
I know.
Same with Wally Wood.
It's not very manly of you. What'd you just
Yeah,
say?
same with Wally Wood. There's the link.
Smith. Smith.
Yay. But yeah, these are great. So I want to listen to Nick Cardy because I met him before and had good conversations with him. The George Tuska one is only 15 minutes long, and I wouldn't be surprised if the guy edited it that short because it's really hard to understand George.
Oh, really?
Now,
Oh,
are these
here.
old interviews that they've managed to find, or what?
Yeah, well, no, this guy did them. The guy that runs this channel conducted these interviews, I guess. The George Tuska one's from '97. Irv Novick. I couldn't even tell you what Irv Novick's voice sounds like. Oh, another good one was Carmine Infantino.
Oh, I'll bet. I haven't heard that. I haven't listened to that one yet.
What about? Do they
Hold
have
on, I'll
the
play
John
some of
Buscema?
George's.
Any John Buscema?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
listened to his as well. John's one here.
He's
Okay,
hilarious, man. He was just like this crabby, comics suck kind of guy.
Uh-oh.
Let's see.
John
All
Byrne,
right, let's
geez.
see. I want to stop
John
sharing
Byrne.
my screen so I can share it with audio. And let's see if there's audio already. If not, I'll stop. But let's just see.
Murphy
know if you
Anderson.
guys can hear it.
I met him in the elevator at Marvel once.
Can you hear it?
No.
Nope.
No. All right. Let me stop sharing and reshare it.
What's the deal with? I'm having trouble with that too. When I like share stuff, audio's not working. What am I missing?
Well, you got to do so share screen, and then at the bottom it says share tab audio. So it wants you to share the specific audio for the tab that you're
Okay.
in, not
All
the
right.
whole screen.
Okay, all right. Share.
You guys, let me know if you hear that lawn
So
equipment.
then, if you do, real quick, if you do share entire screen, at the bottom it says share system audio. So I'm going to try that because I've never tried that before. So let's see if that
gonna
works.
blow
Dan, what were
up.
you saying?
I'm saying, do you guys hear any of that lawn equipment? I just want to know.
Wow.
Oh, vaguely.
Okay, that's probably not a good idea.
Did you you got somebody doing the lawn outside? You go to Home Depot this morning, pick some dudes up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're out there right now.
Thank you.
I'm available.
Can you hear it now?
Connecticut. I was
We
born
got,
in
like
Connecticut.
Yeah,
April
we're
26,
we're echoing.
1916.
We're echoing.
I was in a hospital for appendix operation. After the operation, I was able to walk around the hospital. An elderly patient showed me how to draw Uncle Sam, Cowboys and Indians. That was the start. Before working for the comics, I went to the National Academy of Design Art School. I did
You have a stroke?
cosmetic drawing for bracelets, planning design. I don't care too much.
I have no idea. Was there an echo, by the way? Because I turned my mic off.
Yeah. We all echoed when you did that. I mean, we're still echoing.
Big time.
Oh, it's because I'm sharing the screen. That's why.
Echo.
All right, hold on. I'm going to do it a different way. But you know what I mean? You can barely understand them.
Yeah, that's what I said. I wondered if you had a stroke or something because he.
Who was that?
I don't know. George Tuska
George
Okay.
Tuska, yeah.
from 1997. And George was born. I didn't know George was born, I think he said in 1918.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Sounded
So
pretty like a tough guy.
He's been around for a long time.
You know, Buscema was at San Diego one year. It was the only time I ever, that I know that he was ever there, at least when I was there. And so I kept going over to Artist Alley to his table, and he was never at his table. And so I never was able to meet him. And then he died like a few months after that, San Diego. And so I was so mad that I never got a chance to meet the guy. But he had an Artist Alley table, and he was never there.
Oh.
So I could never find him.
All right, tell me if this echoes. Now I'm curious.
And,
Somebody's gonna say
something different.
George Tuska.
Jack Kirby.
First time I met Jack Herbert was in an
I
art
think
school
we're good.
downtown in
Yeah, that's
Manhattan.
good.
I'm hearing the echo this
And
time.
he did comical pencils, which is fast. And I enjoyed watching that. We had lunch together. He was from Brooklyn. I lived up in uptown, beside 200th Street. First
Anyhow,
job in
I'm
comics
guessing
was
that
with Eisner and
it's
Iger.
15 minutes long for that
I got
reason.
through with a professional agency. And Iger called for me for samples. He didn't explain what kind of samples, but I did made individual cartoons. And I showed it to him, and he said that
You know what that sounds like? It sounds like Trump when he's making fun of people.
Oh my gosh.
Rocket Man.
But there's a Julie Schwartz interview as well. There's tons of them. I mean, like I said, dude, I went down a rabbit hole over the weekend and just kept, letting it auto play on my iPad.
Yeah, the
So-
Well, after
playlist. You could just,
after I listened to Ramita, Kubert came up, and I'm like, I don't have time to listen to this right now, but it's he's on my list. I want to listen to these guys.
yeah, these are the guys I want to see. The guys from the
Amazing
past.
stories.
I mean, I'm interested in the older artists. Here,
Yeah.
how it was, and because
Right.
it's exciting when comics were being born. It's really
Mm-hmm.
it's fascinating to me. The history
Yep.
of
Jim
comics.
Mooney, Joe Simon.
Marie Severin, that'll be a good one. Joe
yeah,
Giella,
Marie.
we were
I
just
met
talking
Marie.
about.
I did get to meet Marie Severin. I got a sketch from her at San Diego one year.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, Yeah, there's old
Maybe
John
Gil Kane?
Buscema.
No,
Gil
I
Kane?
don't know if there's a Gil Kane or not.
Oh, that'd have been good. He was
Yeah,
a
I don't think there is.
character.
How about a
Because
Don
now
Newton?
we're almost getting out of them.
Well, Don Newton died so long ago. He
Yeah, but
died
they're
Who
really
older.
said
young.
Don
older.
Newton?
Yeah, but Don Newton
Yeah.
died like in the
82.
early
Okay.
80s.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
He wouldn't have been
this doesn't
around
go
then.
back that far, these interviews? Okay.
No,
No.
these were all done in the late 90s, early
Okay.
2000s, like Jerry Robinson's from 2005.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking. They were from like 1 to 6 years ago. You know, he's only got 10,000 subscribers. I'm kind of surprised by that.
Yeah.
Just goes to show you, everybody hates comics. We got to talk Star
Exactly.
Trek more. That brings them in.
It does. We
I
prove
don't
that.
know about that.
Well, you know what's interesting? When we were in Korea the other week, we were trying to find some Korean books to bring back. You know, so I it was hard. I found Andy one. I wound up picking up. They didn't have anything old. It's Korean. It's the Dawn of X stuff. It's the Hickman stuff. But there weren't many in there. I walked in and, you know, bookshelves upon bookshelves, manga as far as the eye can see, and I'm like, American comics at all? Dude, it was a little section literally this big.
Yeah.
That's it. There are a few trade paperbacks. That is it.
It's kind of cool to go and see like reprints of stuff in, like, when we were in Germany, we found some collections that were in German, you know, that have been like some stuff that my stuff was in, like some graphic trade paperbacks, and so we picked those up just for kind of novelty. We also picked up a copy of How the Grinch Stole Christmas in German. So
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
that would have been cool.
yeah,
I think I have a copy of my barbed wire comic in a different language. I don't know what the language is, though. I have to look again.
Yeah, I don't have
All I know
anything
is
of
I
mine
can't
in a
read it.
different language.
But it's kind of cool. I mean, I don't know.
Dude, I think that's awesome. I love collecting. Well, Dennis does too. Foreign editions of stuff. And like I said, I don't have anything of mine in a different language. I wish I did.
So you're asking, why would you buy that trash? I collect X-Men up until about a year ago. I've got all the X-Men, X everything. And I also get them in foreign languages. So anything up through when I was collecting, I will pick up if I can get them in foreign languages. I've got them in Russian, I've got them in Polish, I've got them in Japanese, Korean, French, Spanish, Italian. I love that stuff.
We just don't like the way you say Italian. That's all.
Yeah, what was it?
Italian.
The
What's wrong with
Italian
Italian?
language.
You weirdo.
You know, why don't you just call us WAPs at this point?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wait, we thought you were Spanish, Lopez.
It depends on the day.
That's true. So 78 backers, 17 minutes to go, 275 away. I feel we can do it, guys. $5,000. Get in here, get yourself a t-shirt if you've already backed it. Buy another book if you will. From what Randy said, if you see something, it's easy to actually change your order with Kickstarter compared to Indiegogo. I did not know that. So
Yeah.
Really?
And you can get
Look
the
at
Bud
that.
Root line art. It's the only time you can get it.
that's right. Get yourself the Bud Root line art cover. Right there.
It's
I
not
inked
finished,
the page today that has the dark worm. What you
it's
say?
like missing some color, isn't it?
though. Yeah, it needs color. If only that had color on it. That'd be, you know, I would love to color that piece.
Yes.
Speaking
Well,
of color, are you
did.
making any headway on those Garbage Man pages, Dan?
Yeah, they're done, but I'm just kind of let them.
You're letting them sit for a little bit. Kind of,
I
I
do
love
that
it.
though. I'll take something, I'll finish it, and then I'll just kind of look. And I have gone back and changed things and rechanged things. So I just want to make sure they're. Also, the thing is too is when you know when I get more pages and you give me more pages, I start coloring, and then I go back and I change the other pages it's sort of to fit. You know what I mean? Because they're like, okay, so it's kind of like I kind of have to see it all at once too. You know, once I'm actually colored them all. I mean, have them all. I might go back and revisit some just to make the coloring consistent.
yeah,
And
that's what I figured. So I guess. Well, I've got. What have I got? I'm on page 43 right now, so I got 10 pages to go on Wraith of God, then I'll finish your Garbage Man stuff up, and then so you can play with it for months.
It sounds really.
Art of
it sounds
Glory
kind of
says, did you
derogatory.
all know about or hear Graham Nolan talk about some site or place that will pay you for foreign versions of comics you worked on? Nope. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Nope.
And there is no Brofessionals tonight. Billy Tucci's on vacation in a different state. Graham Nolan's in a different state for his daughter's wedding. Dan said something about maybe possibly being late, so Art to Bear decided just to skip it until next week when everybody's back. So spread the word, no Brofessionals tonight, but I will see Dan Fraga this weekend. Dennis will too when we're at South Carolina Comic-Con. So, and I got invited to a show next December in, drumroll, a place I've never been, India.
What?
India?
Delhi,
Yeah.
New Delhi, India.
Really? They're paying you way there?
Yep.
Wow, that's crazy. I hope
Yep.
it's the India, the Hindu side of it, not the
Well, it's Delhi, India, so I would think so. So yeah, so December in December, they bring you out a couple days early so you can do sightseeing or whatever. So,
See the Taj Mahal and all that kind of stuff.
Wow.
yeah. So
What was their interest? How do they get a hold of you? Like what's their what drew them to you? What do you know?
wow, that's insulting. Hold on for a second. So, like I was saying,
That they
They got the wrong Andy Smith. That's all there was to
Oh.
it.
that's all it is.
I mean,
No,
is it-
they. I work with somebody that will book shows for me. So he books shows for other creators as well. So they just went through him. Bart's going as well. So
okay.
I got invited to Peru, and then when I realized how far away it was, I was like, no, I'm not. It was like it's like farther to fly to, or it's about as far to fly to Peru because it's like down at the bottom of Peru, so it's like you're almost in the Antarctic, you know. And it's like I was like, yeah, I just it was farther than going to Australia, and I was like, yeah.
well, 16 hours on a plane. I'll take a good old Benadryl before I get on. Pass out. Wake up hopefully when we get there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have some
you
nice
make
Indian
meal.
food, then come on back. Yeah.
That's right.
Big meal, Andy.
No, see, I'll lose lots of weight because I'm a very picky eater, so I'll just eat very generic stuff, and I'll be like, is there a McDonald's over here?
There probably
Is there
is.
anything over here? Like, do you have Dunkin' Donuts so I can get a nice cake donut? Those are the best.
And they're like, cake donuts. Who the hell eats plain cake donuts? Get out.
JP
Aaron.
Roca, you have to try the chilled monkey brains.
Ooh.
Yes, Andy. Please try that.
Oh my gosh.
Hey,
So,
Aaron,
Andy,
you like cake donuts, don't you?
Yeah, I'll eat anything made out of cake.
See?
So
You
Andy,
also like Raisinets, too, right?
Oh man, I love Raisinets.
Yeah, you do. What about you, Dan? You like Raisinets?
they're kind of weird.
They are. I agree
Okay, wait a
with
minute.
Dan.
They're chewy, they're chocolatey, they're sweet. It's the
Nah.
ultimate. It's the ultimate. treat.
And you can at least say it's something kind of good for you, raisins.
That's right.
Yeah,
There you
but it
go.
just feels like you're eating
Healthy.
something wrong or something. I don't know.
Oh no, come on.
Consistency.
No.
Oh, I
They're
love
right
them.
up there with the candy corn from the original batch that they made back
Oh,
in
candy corn is like the worst. Oh, it don't even compare that. Come on,
I
man.
know.
If I had a phaser, I would take it off stun and just like blast you right
yeah.
now with it.
Wow. Wow. Murder right on this channel. Y'all heard it. Sci-fi murder.
Sci-fi murder right here.
Is it murder if it's disintegration? I mean, there's nothing.
There's no evidence.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, there's no evidence.
What do you mean murder? There's nobody ever here.
Where's
Dennis,
the
if
body?
you were within reach, I would use Tal Shaya on you. And
Just so I worked up
merciful
a
execution.
resistance to both iocane powder and Vulcan nerve pinches. Just letting you know.
Iocane powder, you've developed a immunity to it.
Yep. And Vulcan nerve pinches.
Oh, it's odorless, tasteless, iocane powder. I'm positive.
Oh,
That's
Oh,
such a great
nice.
subtle line from that movie that I think a lot of people don't notice is when Humperdinck picks up the thing and it's odorless and tasteless, and he's like, iocane powder. I'm sure of it.
Inconceivable.
I think Spock would have been a good chiropractor.
Oh yeah, heck
Yeah.
yeah.
I
But
mean,
you
if he can do a nerve putt, knock someone out with just touching him on the shoulder. I mean, imagine what he could do
I
to
do
your
like
back.
the Spaceball version better. Right here. What are you trying to do? The Vulcan nerve pinch? No, not here. You're way up too high. A little lower, right there. Yeah, that's it.
Well, just hey, while you're giving me the Vulcan nerve pinch, could you just get my lower back and straighten that
Yeah,
out there?
exactly.
There's a knot in there. Tighten it up. I mean, just
That's
work
right.
it out for me real fast.
That's right. Oh
Paul
my
Miller
God. that's
says
just
use
too
the
good.
Vulcan death grip. Of course, there is no Vulcan death grip. That was a fake, used as a ruse in the Enterprise incident, which was, I believe, season 3, episode 1.
It was the Enterprise incident.
Yeah.
Trapped
Now,
against
Aaron, if you
three
watched any of
Romulan,
Picard, apparently
seven.
Picard's pretty good from what Dennis says.
Dennis was trying to, when you were gone, he was trying to, talk about
sell you.
Picard, and I was having none of that, man.
That's the one I can't sell. For my wife is Star Trek. I said you would like Star Trek, and she's like, I saw the other ones. I didn't like them. I'm like, all right.
You got to try them to see. I mean,
Yeah.
it's been disappointing the last couple of decades, but I like the Next Generation. I thought Deep Space Nine was one of the best well-written shows. Voyager, Enterprise,
Look
fourth season, best
right.
season of Star Trek.
All right, I have to step in here. First of all, you said it hasn't been good for a couple of decades. That means the franchise has been ruined at that point. If you're saying it hasn't been good in decades,
Right, exactly.
But here's the thing. Here's what happened with Next Generation. And I did watch a lot of Deep Space Nine just again because it was on, but nothing ever happens in those shows. They all sit around and talk about doing stuff, and it's all about emotional turmoil. The original series, man, they went and did stuff. Kirk was kicking butt. He was getting alien chicks. It was an adventure show, and it became this intellectual exercise in boredom after that. So there you go. There you go. That's all I can say about it. I want action. I want adventure. I want to go where no man has gone before. I want hot alien green chicks. And that's what you got with the original series. There you go.
That should be a meme with your picture in it. I want hot.
I want to go where no man has gone before.
Or green alien women, right. The
And then on the back is a
slave
picture of
girls.
Elizabeth.
Green alien chicks.
The Orion slave girls, man. They
Well,
had
That's right, Paul
Tell
nailed
you,
it.
and I know you didn't watch it. Season 4 of Enterprise was probably the best season of Star Trek ever. They went back to the original roots from the original series, where you got to actually see the Gorn and you got to see the Tholians in full view, and it was just great stories. But by then they had lost 2/3 of their audience, so you knew it was getting canceled.
This is the Scott Bakula one.
Yeah.
I used to watch that. I'll have to go. Season 4, they went back and kind of revisited those things.
The
I'll have to go
final
back and check that out.
season, they brought in Manny Cotto, the guy who did 24. He revamped it all, went back to the core roots of Star Trek, and it was phenomenal. But like I said, by then
Too late.
they already had lost their audience.
Oh, is that a Dan Lawless Conan sticker?
Yeah,
It is.
feels like it.
Available on
Oh.
Redbubble.
Look at that.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Love it.
It kind of came out weird though. I smoothed it out since then, but it had little bits of residue that I couldn't see, and they were so they took it out in the shape, so I had to really cut it clean, fix it. Quality
Yeah,
control.
I like Scott Bakula, but I never got into that Star Trek.
That
Oh,
that
$10
Star
super
Trek.
chat. $10 super chat from Paul Taylor. Thank you very much. Aaron, did you check out Star Trek Continues? There are a few episodes on YouTube with different casts starring Vic Mignola. It's pretty good.
It is.
I have seen some of those. Yes, they had like the original set and everything like that. But
each episode gets better. The writing got better. The acting got better. And yeah, they still. I think the set is in Georgia. And
yeah, I think so.
It's great. I mean, they started actually bringing in like Apollo, if you remember Apollo, the god from the
yeah. I think I saw that episode. Actually.
Yeah, they brought him back for a second episode, and it was neat. I mean, they bring back some of the original cast.
Was that the one where they had the Asian guy from who are the guys that the special effects guys? They had the show forever. Yeah, Mythbusters. He was on one of those. He was like Sulu in one of those.
He was Sulu before he passed away.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. I mean, I knew he passed away. I didn't know he played on that.
Yeah. You know, in San Diego, he was running around in one of those. What are those suits that have like they're like the green screen suits that have like the little balls on them, you know, so they can track your movement.
Motion capture.
Yeah, he was running around in one of those suits at San Diego and was like hiding from somebody by our table. And I talked to him for a few minutes. And then he took off.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were doing or what was going on, but it might have had something to do with Mythbusters. I have no idea, but
it'd be kind of
so
fun.
are you all set up for San Diego this year, big guy?
Set up in it's costing me a fortune.
You get your hotel yet?
Oh yeah.
Oh, did you really?
Yep.
They just sent out the email, or do you not even deal with the San Diego email when they send out saying it's time for hotels or whatever?
No, well, what they do is people out there that are exhibitors can thank me for this, that I went to the guys in charge and I said several years ago, because they used to open up the hotels for everybody at the same time. And I was like, dude, you have got to let exhibitors get hotels first because we are paying to be there and supporting this con. We need hotels. And so that's what they did. They finally changed it so that the exhibitors had first crack at the hotels, and then whatever's left over, then to people who are just attending. And so, yeah, I've got my hotel months ago.
Oh, cool.
So
what hotel is it, if you don't mind saying?
The Gaslight, one of the ones in the Gaslight right there on the Gas Lamp, excuse me, right across the train tracks. I can't remember if it's the Marriott or the Hilton. One of the I think it's one of the Marriott. I'm not sure. I can't remember now. But
that's cool.
Yeah, so because you're carrying all this crap, right?
Yeah.
And it's like I got to be as close as I possibly can so I don't have to drag that stuff too far. But the best place to stay is Embassy Suites because you got the big room and you get the free breakfast, but it's a long walk. And like I said, when you're hauling stuff, if I was just going as an attendee, I'd go to the Embassy Suites. But when you got to exhibit and you got to
that's a real. Actually, I just realized I stayed at the Embassy Suites a few years ago. That is a long walk.
Yeah.
What is Josh going with you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Josh and his wife. She doesn't really care that much about it. I think she's there for San Diego and shopping, which
really? So are they getting their own room?
No, well, they do like what do you call it?
Airbnb?
Yeah, they do an Airbnb and then they just like cab it, but what is that stuff the young people use when they get a car to come and pick them up or whatever?
Uber.
Uber.
Yeah, Uber. So they get an Airbnb that's a couple miles away. Then they just they Uber in, and because he doesn't have to be there early or he doesn't have to deal with any of the crap I have to deal with. He's like, you'd save so much money if you'd Airbnb, and I'm like, I'm not loading up all my crap every morning, and there's no way. I said
2-minute warning.
Of course I'm going to Heroes Con. Dennis and I go. We live here. So, yeah man.
It's our backyard.
That's the great thing about being on the East Coast that I remember from CrossGen days was like there's so many cons just up along the East Coast, and they were just a quick flight, or a drive.
Yeah.
Out here in the West Coast, man, there's nothing.
Andy, 2 minutes.
I know.
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
2 minutes, Dougie. Oh no, we actually went down some. That's not the way it's supposed to go.
They're like, how quick
What
can
the
I
hell?
Star Trek.
Look at its drop. Oh, those are the seconds. I thought those were buyers.
Yeah.
It's like everybody's selling their stock off in the last couple seconds.
Man, we were at. I do like being able to see the countdown like that. Well,
You better close it soon.
somebody needs to come in and get us back to 47 at least. Come on.
Dude, it's
Wow.
like
All that Star Trek talk. That's it. I'm billing you, Lepresti.
The whole thing is like
They're like, I can't take this Star Trek talk anymore.
Oh. No, don't blame me.
Oh.
Now. You invited me on.
You
so-
son of a.
Oh, you're the one who sent him the link, Andy.
I know.
7 seconds.
23, 22, 20, 19, 18. After this, you'll only be able to get it on Indiegogo. That's right. There's still another place to get it.
But you can't get.
But have no fear. All the Kickstarter backers get all the stretch goals. 1, 0. Oh, look at that confetti.
The celebration begins.
Proton torpedoes explode.
77. That's a good number, though. 77 is a good number.
Yeah, 77 backers.
Star Wars came out in 77.
That's right. Sincerely, thank you. Anybody watching that backed it on Kickstarter, thank you guys so much. We really do appreciate it. Like I said, all the stretch goals you guys will get because we added the Kickstarter total to the Indiegogo total. So we're over 80,000, working towards 90 for the next stretch goal there, featuring I don't know if Dan has seen the actual front back altogether, but the next stretch goal, there it is, the beautiful Necronite colored by Mr. Dan Lawless character card, so you can read the book, play the game. Something else he colored, the beautiful cover for the module over Bart Sears he colored, and there's the glorious art right there all to itself. So now you guys will just
want to take a peek at the module?
Yeah.
You know what? I could share it and at least show kind of what's going on. Let me see if
Oh, no.
Sure.
Is Dennis going to geek out again over gaming?
Well, it's what he's written. You know, he is creating the game. So.
Well, you guys, I got to run. I got to get to work, man.
No, we appreciate you dropping in, even though you lost us a backer or two. Just cut me a check, send PayPal. Either one works. Send me a comic. I don't care.
Yeah, make up for that. How much was it that you lost there? Just the
Oh
one back?
man, that's a good question. It was 46.71, and we were at 47.25. So like
$50 or
$50
something?
or so. Oh well.
Yeah.
So there's the totals. Thank
Blame it
you,
on
Randy,
Dennis.
for
He
keeping
started
track.
talking about Picard and all that kind of stuff. That's what killed it.
That is.
Wow, blaming that.
Oh, is that it? You bashed the Star Trek. Oh, no.
Yeah. All right, dudes, I got to roll.
All right, Aaron. Thanks, man. We'll talk to you later.
Yep.
Okay, see you
Bye.
guys. Peace.
What's up, Texas Mofo? Hello. Congratulations. Thank you so much. $54, Randy says. That's okay. It happens.
My camera's not getting my horn. It's blurring my horn.
It is.
I know that's so weird looking because it really, every time I see that, I know it's your horn, but it looks like, is that one falling off too?
Whoa!
Dude, don't break it on camera. Oh, now he just off the rails.
Yeah, now it's sad, really sad. I left my glasses on.
That
Someone
is-
just beat
that
the
is-
shit out of me.
That is so sad.
Oh man.
Wow, poor Dan. Maybe he needs a new hat.
So go ahead, Dennis. Take it away.
He looks taped on.
It does.
It is taped on. Duct tape.
Oh, it is. Well, there you go, Paul. You're right.
There you go. See, he's got it. Cordrath. So this is the Mayhem in the Mirador Mountains. We're playing with a couple of the color schemes and stuff on here to see if the one on the left is more the original red box set kind of look, and then the one on the right's a little tapered down. So if you guys have a preference, just leave your comment down below. I wanted to do an old retro style map, so kind of like that, the old style map and stuff like that. So I'm working on the on a map, and this is going to be the inside front cover. You can see it is a very classic old map. It'll have introduction with the DM. There's going to be some really cool random encounters that will actually have tie-ins though into the story, and then it goes down in there, and you'll be able to see like your stats of what you wind up hitting and what you guys are doing. So yeah, as we go down, there's a whole bunch, and you can see some of the editing processes. And then you can see the back end of the map, and that'll be the back cover. We're waiting I'm going to see how everything plays out. I actually have like all the real stats from like 5e that we went in and artwork. So, but yeah. So anyway, that's what I'm working on right now. So you guys will be able to pick it up. It'll feel very much just like, pretty much just like when you get one of the old modules here. It's going to be the same type of setup. It's got to go in for professional editing and stuff because I don't do Photoshop stuff. But, it's going to be that type of a setup. So when you pick up the old feel from the 80s, that's what this is going to be, with the cardboard exterior, with the maps on the inside covers, and all the story that's going to be laid out.
So you're not just getting a comic book, you're getting a role-playing game too, really, right? I mean...
Yeah, I mean, you back the module, but yeah. The module will be stapled. It'll just be stapled together. 24 pages at the minimum. 8.5 by 11 stapled.
Yeah, it'll be kind of like this, when you see them. So the inside, it's stapled.
Sure.
That's in there.
Except the cover is going to be attached.
Yep, that kind of have to do it that way nowadays, but other than that, it is going to be staple bound, so it'll be done on a stitchery.
Hey, Paul kind of gave me a good idea here. Could we possibly add a buy Dan a new helmet tier to the campaigin?
well,
because it's I think it would really gain a lot of sympathy. Because look at this, this is very sad. It is, and the other one's
actually, they
that one's gone. I mean, this one's right off. So it used to even go up like this, but I just tilted them down because I was hitting them on everything. So this is more, less chance of getting caught in doorways and stuff.
That's true.
As I wear it around the house.
And look at that, guys.
What do you think it means when you what do you think it means if I like walk past my wife wearing this and I get no reaction whatsoever? Does that mean like she's given up, or?
Yeah, pretty much.
She doesn't even notice you.
Yeah.
I don't even get the roll of the eyes. Just
So guys, we are only $90 away from 78,000 on the old Indiegogo side of things. That's right, Kor-Drath the Reckoning still in demand on Indiegogo. Get all the exact same stretch goals that are already unlocked. And you can back it here. 5 different covers, as everyone knows. 76 pages of action. Go check it out. I just saw... Blackjack says, why is the module DT1 and not KD1? If I remember right, doesn't DT1 stand for Dennis Turner 1?
It does, because the only other option, really, it wouldn't be KD1. It would actually be SR1 if I was going to do that, because it's the Shattered Reach. So, like you said, these are all things that we're putting together right now because, I got a lot of feedback from you guys, and I am going to be using the ICRPG, and I will be creating the Shattered Reach when I'm done with this, and actually creating the entire world in a setting with the books with all the stats and information and that kind of stuff on it. But that's a future project. That's a big undertaking.
That's right. What was I going to? Oh, did you see that question, Dan? Texas
Yeah.
Mofo says, Dan, is that a mirrorless camera? What?
It's just my iPhone,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
it
You're
is my
using that
iPhone.
app and stuff.
and I'm using camo. Yeah,
That's it.
goes on your camera, goes on your you know, and your computer too. So I got a Mac.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great.
All right, Leg
it's
Kick,
so much
thank you
better
so
than
much. Really
my
appreciate it.
computer camera. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Why use that format RPG? That's a you question, Dennis.
So, with all the issues going on with 5th edition, I'm putting this one out through SRD5 right now. And most companies right now, we decided not to go down the Paizo route. All the companies are coming out with their versions because nobody wants to deal with Hasbro right now. Even though they walked everything back slightly, that doesn't mean they're not going to change their mind and come after you in the future. So we wanted to find a role-playing system that isn't super heavy on the rules, conducive to role-playing, and just an awful lot of fun. So I tested Runehammer. I tested out a bunch of them. Runehammer puts out both Easy D6 with Joe. You're the one who got me on to with DM Scotty. And I like his system, but it's a little too open-ended for something like this. The ICRPG, which is from the same company that Hankerin puts out, I actually talked to him. I love the rule system, and it's a base core set of rules that allows you to customize everything that you do into your own world, into your own system using this base core system. And I talked to him, and I got the permission to use all of it for rights for creating this now. So I will be utilizing RC RPG for it, and which is cool. It's a very fun system. And the cool thing is, if you're still playing 5th edition or you're using Paizo, it's really easy to take anything like that and just convert it right into it. It just takes the DM a little bit of extra work to convert it. But it is definitely the way to move forward in the future.
Cool. All right, guys, I have got to get back to work as well. I got to finish up the page with the Dark Worm on it. Thank you all for joining us on the old Kickstarter closeout. Of course, it's still on Indiegogo, so you can still go back Kor-Drath, The Reckoning. We appreciate every one of your support. We're very proud of this project.
And we just
Dan, thanks for joining the show as well.
Yeah. This is great.
That's right.
This is a great, fun, barbaric stuff, man. I love it. It just, you know, it's my thing. I enjoy.
Well, Dan, I don't
being
think
part
you
of
were
it.
here at the beginning, even in the module. So they're going to get introduced to another one of the barbarian tribes that's in it, because there's 11 barbarian tribes that are in the Shattered Reach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
man.
this is just going to keep building and building and building out.
Yeah. It sounds like a bit like a barbaric version of Lord of the Rings, kind of like it's you know what I'm saying, it's got a more of a barbaric twist to it, but it has that world, that's rich world that.
Well, we're starting
Expanding.
in the Myrmidor Mountains, which is the area of the barbarians, and that's what our story. There's actually an entire section with elves in it. The dwarves are up in the Myrmidor Mountains. The Camellia are down in the desert area. They're the camel people. The humans are scattered throughout. The whole folk, which are kind of like your halfling, your hobbit type people, they have their own, farm areas in the valleys and stuff. So, I mean, there's
So it's extensive then.
complex world here
Yeah.
that's put together with different magic and stuff. We're just going to focus in on one tiny piece of the land right now, and then eventually it'll all tie in.
Awesome. That's
Yeah.
Beautiful. And look at that. I refreshed $77,938, including Indiegogo or Kickstarter. We are over the 80, so Lilneth is unlocked for everybody. Thank you all for joining us. Really appreciate it as we close out the Kickstarter. Dennis and I will be back tomorrow at 5 p.m. Dennis and Andy show with our guest Aaron C. What's the C stand for? I don't know. He didn't tell me, but he's the creator of Immortal Rising. And we're going to check that campaign out and chat with him tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Dennis and Andy Show. We'll catch you guys then. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks, everybody.
Certified badass.